we go. That's way behind. Okay. There's a lint. There's a lint right there. Okay. Hi, everybody. Ooh, there's a bot running. What's the bot do? Lisa just helped me get all this set up. So we're going to see if I wreck this or not. The one page, the one thing I want to do. Oh, that's what I need to do. Okay, okay. Top chat. Pop-up chat. Pop-up chat. I popped out the chat. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing today. But we'll see. There we go. Okay. I'm messing around today. I'm messing around with doing a couple of things. I'm like leaning way forward. Hope you guys can hear me okay. Can you guys hear me okay? This is Peggy, but most of my comments are going to, if I make a comment in the chat, it's going to show up under Lisa's name because I'm hijacking her account, which means I'm signed in as her. And there's Lisa. So we're going to be confusing. I'm just hanging out, shooting the shit, doing some readings. Oh, sounds great. Thank you. You guys can hear me? My voice carries, so I'm usually pretty good on most microphones and don't have to worry too much. So what? Oh, my wife needs to do a thing, because if you want a reading, and you don't need to hit the super chats and give me money. Just if you want a reading, just put the word question in all caps, followed by your question in the same comment. That way I can find them easy. Because I don't want to. What I did last time was I just kind of, you would leave your question and then I would just go through the questions in order as I found them, and I want to make sure that I don't miss a question. If you don't remember to put question, and I'm not going to ignore you as a punishment, but I just might not notice your thing. So if you have a question for me today, and I'm a forever noob. Let's do the thing. I should have a spiel. I'm a forever noob, so I'm still. This is good practice for me. So don't expect miracles. Ooh, Ember has a question. I'll start with you right away. Let me see if I'm doing this right. Show. There we go. So if you can't put the word question in all caps first, it's going to make it easier for me to find your question, and then from there. Oh yeah, tag me so you can highlight. Yeah, I keep forgetting because so many people watch on their phones. There we go. And then we'll just, I'm not going to be in a big rush. I just turned the camera on. My phone's almost dead. That's my wife's fault. She was talking to me. We're like going back and forth. So, where's my thing? I can't plug my phone in if I don't get my cord. I've got shit everywhere today. I've got so much shit everywhere today. We were out of town last weekend. Came back this weekend. We decided to hook up the air conditioner because we have a portable. So we got that hooked up. But while we were doing that, I decided to rearrange a bunch of shit. Let me see. Yeah, see that right. Can I do it? Right there. That rack right there. I moved it back into there. I moved the rack back into the sewing area because it was inconvenient where it was. So that's why it wasn't behind the couch yesterday when Lisa and I did our live. Oh, is Lisa already doing stuff? Are you starring everything? Yeah, so if you guys can do it like that, question, or tag me. Or, I mean, sorry, tag Lisa. Don't tag me because I won't see it because of the way I'm signed in. So, anyway, full disclosure. I've got my, not full disclosure. You guys know I'm a forever noob, so don't expect miracles. This is the deck that I usually use. And this is the Practical Tarot Wisdom. That is the deck that I normally use because it has the descriptions right on the cards. Okay. Today we were actually down visiting Don Michelle Boho Tarot last weekend. What the hell did I do? I put it upside down. That's what I did. And I spotted this. We went to the Go Buy All Things Tarot store, and I spotted this cheat sheet. got all kinds of little tidbits on the front, all kinds of little tidbits in the back. I've already had Lisa look it up. I already had Lisa check. And the most of the descriptions are, well, you said all of them look pretty good. Oh yeah, I can hold stuff under here. What I've done is made my life miserable. So yeah, that's what this has. So it's got the major arcana, because I don't work without some sort of reference, right? So I don't work without some sort of a reference. So I've got all of those, and I think it was $10, so it wasn't bad. But I'm gonna be referring to it today. Obviously, I don't do readings without referring to something. And I spotted this, and I'm like, well, maybe it's going to be a little bit faster to work with that than to be looking everything up in a book, which I don't have a problem doing that. But if I want to do readings for you guys, then I need something that's a little quicker than pouring through a book for every single thing. I thought this might help and be fun. So that's that. So otherwise, so how you guys doing? Okay, so Amber's question has been hovering there for a minute, and I'm just stirring up. I can't even remember to call it shuffling. Yeah, no, I'm central. I'm a little off to the side, but that's okay. Nope, other way, wrong way. See, there's a ladder in the corner there. That's a ladder in the corner there. We got a little bit of light bulbs to change and a few things, but anyway. Yeah, thanks, clown. Okay, ooh, Sunny D is packing. Okay, so don't forget I'm a noob. So I'm going to do my best. I'm not going to fuck around. I'm going to fuck around because that's what I do. But anyway. Oh, thanks, Amber. I have no doubt that I'm going to give a good reading, but I also have no doubt that I'm a noob, and I'm going to be referring to the books, and I'm going to do this my way because that's the way I roll. And we'll see what happens. Other than that, how you guys doing? We're in the middle of, well, it's our first heat wave, so it's not subjectively all that cold, but I mean all that hot, but it seems like it. So we're finally. I had this slick idea that I was going to get my little cheat sheet set up like right here or something, right there, so I could refer to it. It's like it's not going to work the way I wanted it to. That's fine. You know what? I'm going to fold it backwards because I can do that. It's mine. There. Now I've got major arcana on this side, and I've got the minors and the suits on this side. Okay. So this, by the way, is the Line Strider Tarot that I'm using today because it's mine. I actually got it last weekend. I've never used this deck before. I got it last weekend while we were in Portland. I'm blaming Lisa and Dawn. Like I said, Dawn Michelle Boho Tarot. Blaming her. Sorry, Dawn. It's just the way it is. Anyway, so Amber's question is, will my book ever be published? And we'll do 3 cards. So we got the King of Cups reversed. I do reverse those, by the way. Let me just double check. It's a brand new deck. Nope. I'm going to keep shuffling for a minute. Sorry, it's a brand new deck. And when you're shuffling, when you have a brand new deck, you have to intentionally shuffle in your reversals at first. And if you don't do it right, you're going to get shitty readings. So there, we just making sure. Yeah, I do reversals. When I'm working with a new deck, I will try to sometimes double check. Like I said, this deck was all pristine. Everything was in order. Everything was upright. So I have to make sure that yeah, that's Lisa commenting there. I just have to make sure that if I'm working in my reversals, that I've given the deck enough time to make sure that the reversals are actually in there properly. Let me give it a quick check. Yeah, that's better. That's more. I know when I first checked it, when I first pulled the first 2 cards, I had forgotten to check. So I'm not trying to screw with you, Amber. Okay. Now let's draw some cards. Temperance, Queen of Pentacles, and the 2 of Wands. So the Temperance and Queen of Pentacles are reversed. I do read reversals, so let's see what Temperance has to say. Let's see how quickly I can find this. And it's not numbered, of course. Good news is I'm a bit of a speed reader, so Temperance. Here it is. Okay, so Temperance I should have had this. So here is the traditional card. Temperance, diplomacy, harmony, balance, middle ground, equilibrium, cooperation, well-being, focus. So obviously in reverse, temperance is. And by the way, we just kind of made the decision at the last minute that we were going to do the reading today. So we didn't really kill ourselves. Yeah, the camera that I'm using, if I get too close, doesn't focus very well. So that's probably about the best that I'm going to be able to do. And we'll do better for focusing later. This is the Lion Strider. And the Two of Pentacles. I mean, Two of Wands, sorry, is the last card. So for Temperance, so your question was, will my book ever be published? And I have a feeling you're stressed. Okay, the Temperance reverse tells me that you're stressing yourself out about it. So imbalance, volatility, poor judgment, bad decision-making, exhaustion, recklessness, intolerance. This doesn't mean no. I find it on a personal level when I'm trying to do strictly yes or no readings, I just don't get strictly yes or no answers like ever. Lisa has done readings where we went yes, no, and I have never been able to get a clear yes, no from a reading. I get this is what you're doing right, this is what you're doing wrong. So anyway, now, so the reverse meaning in my little cheat sheet says there is a conflict of interest, stress and disagreement. The elements of your plan do not fit together. Circumstances and environment are unsuitable. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean no, but what it definitely means not right now. You've got other stuff going on. Maybe now, I've personally watched Lisa do this. I've watched Lisa do this where she gets so stressed out about getting something done that she starts going too quickly, making small but critical mistakes that start piling up, stuff like that. Because Lisa's in the middle of writing a book herself, right? I definitely see that you're at that stage. I definitely see that as you're at that stage. If you continue with that, and if you continue with bringing that kind of energy into your project, it's going to end up making your project unfeasible. I had a word and then I lost it. Okay, Queen of Pentacles is next. And I always see pentacles. Pentacles are literally coins, right? So there's definitely a money aspect here. Pentacles. Where's the queen? Down there. Everybody loves you. This is the upright. Everybody loves you. Do you guys want to hear the upright or just hear whatever the meaning is? Because it's got both here. You are such a show off. You lack taste and sensitivity to those around you. Wake up. Ooh. Okay, the upright of Queen of Pentacles. Everybody loves you. You're neutral. You have a big heart, are realistic, resourceful, and trustworthy. And that is generally queen energy, right? So the negative side of this is like you are the temperance being in reverse, and this being in reverse, that is kind of pointing towards a no, but you can still write your book. You can still write the book anyway for yourself. But it sounds like you're stressing yourself out in ways that you don't need to stress yourself out, and it's really impacting how your work is ending up. That is what's going on right there. So on the current course, the answer is no. So review what you're doing and how you're doing it, and make those kinds of changes so that you're not self-sabotaging. Next one is Two of Wands. Two of Wands, leadership, commanding presence. Hey, maybe this camera will pick them up better. Leadership, commanding presence. This is upright. Leadership, commanding presence, daring, direct, individualistic, original, inventive, bold. You've got You've got everything you need to make this book a success. Something's going on in your world right now that you need to double check what you're doing, how you're doing it, what's your process. Are you and the Queen of Pentacles may not even be you. Maybe this is somebody going, you need to do it this way. Maybe you're listening to the wrong people. I don't know. It's really easy. Okay, like I said, I've watched Lisa do this. It doesn't mean you're a bad person or that, oh, you're fucking it up, right? Your book, your waste. That's not what it means. It means you've got some stuff going on and you're kind of tripping over your own feet. So if this is an external influence for you, that somebody is going, if somebody is pushing you in the wrong direction, find a different person. I don't know. This may not be a direct influence, but yeah, you're kind of in a self-sabotage cycle right now, probably because of your self-imposed stresses to get this done in a certain time frame, in a certain way, telling a certain message. There's something about what you're doing it's not feeling good for you right now. It's feeling really, really stressful for you right now. And when you're stressed, people who are stressed don't make good choices. So just take a break, sit back, take a look at what's going on, double check what you've already done, blah, 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 blah. Because, I mean, beginning, middle, and end, what's going on? Why is it going on? What can you do about it? Right? It's not really linear, but yeah. Two of Wands, focus on that card, and that is you've got the skills, you've got everything you need to bring this project to finish this project, get it published, and accomplish your goals, but something's getting in your way right now. And it's probably not that big of a deal, but don't forget, it was not, they're there, THEY apostrophe RETHEIR. If you write an entire book with those, you come off looking a certain way. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a big, big, big problem that's getting in your way, but something's getting in your way. Figure it out. And temperance. Yeah, temperance is about being chill, relaxed, not worrying about, be chill, relax, moderation. Don't be super, super stressed. So just find a way to reverse those. Okay, I'm going on too much. Next one. Oh, JTK love letter. Love all the lives. You know what? I'm having this is kind of fun. We kind of realized that, did I do it right? We realized that during the day I practice, and during the day it's not like Lisa's got stuff scheduled for herself during the day. Anyway, feel free to chat among yourselves. We're all here to have a good time. Will I have a good week at work? I gotta go check and make sure I haven't missed anybody's stuff. Okay. Oh, thanks, honey. Oh, I feel like I'm spanking you, Amber, but I hope it made sense. I always feel bad when the cards don't look so fucking nice. I don't mind saying shitty things. I don't like being shitty. Okay. Oh, thanks, Stephanie. Stephanie says I'm doing great for a newbie. Stroke my ego. I need a... Okay, anyway. I think I got everybody. So again, question, either tag me with your question so I don't miss it, or if you can't tag, because if you're on a cell phone, you can't tag. So if you're on a cell phone, put the word question in all caps first, and followed by your question, all in the same comment, so that I won't miss it, and then we can go from there. Don't worry, baby, that's your job. I was talking to my wife. If you see comments under Lisa Papez, I have to log into her account. So if I do put anything in writing, she's in here. She's in the chat right now. But if I have to chat for any reason, it'll come up under her name. Oh yeah, don't tag me. Tag Lisa Papez. I won't see the tag because I'm not on my account. I'm on hers right now. Okay. Question, will I have a good week at work? This is from Sensationally Social with Beth. I know I'm having a shit week at work because I'm over here instead of working. But that's okay. I got a bunch of stuff done over the weekend. I have to update the shop. Okay. Will I have a good week at work? Ace of Cups. 9 of Cups reversed. King of Cups reversed. Well, it looks like you're probably going to start with a good week. Let's see what happens. And again, working with a cheat sheet. If you guys, if I read something off for a particular card that you guys really, really, really disagree with, let me know. I mean, I love when you guys compliment me, but if I'm doing something wrong, I want to know. I really do, because I want to. Aw, thanks, Early Ritual. I'll tell her not to read it. If I'm getting something fundamentally wrong about, okay, I know the keywords say this, but the card usually means this, I want to know. I am trying to. I don't mind. I love using these as references, not the cheat sheet. The cheat sheet's new, but I love using the books and stuff as the reference. But I do want to get, a crutch turned into a requirement, turned into a, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't feel bad about it. I don't need to feel bad about it. But I mean, I am trying to, I'm a forever noob and I don't mind being a forever noob, but I also love learning new things. Okay. Anyway, so sensationally social with Beth wants to know if there's going to be a good week at work next week. So the first card is the Ace of Cups. Let's see what my cheat sheet has to say. Ace of Cups. Open up to your inner feelings. Trust your intuition. Invite intimacy and love into your life. So why are your emotions so blocked? Your creativity is suppressed, and so are your psychic abilities. Okay, so Ace of Cups is you're going to start the week. These are opportunities you should be looking for during the week. And I don't know that it's like open up to your inner feelings, trust your intuition, intimacy and love. Obviously, you're asking about work, so this does not apply. But I would say that deepening and strengthening work relationships might be something that's going to be to your benefit to focus on this week. Maybe there's a coworker maybe there's a coworker that you're kind of getting along with, and you need to work on a project together. So find a way to draw that person out and be a little bit more personable with them. I mean, you don't got to deep dive into BFF territory with people on the job, but be a little. Oh, so how was your weekend? Oh, that's great. They're telling you about their. Oh, that's great. That find some common ground with your coworkers is gonna go a long way for you. And this starting your week with the Ace of Cups, I'm kind of, because you're asking about a time-based thing, I am kind of looking at starting the week, midweek, ending the week, because that's just kind of where I would intuitively take this, is to say, if you're, like I said, you're asking a time-based question. So starting the week, if there's somebody that you get along with and you'd like to get along with them a little bit better, draw them out a little bit. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? How was your week? This sort of thing, and you'll get some positive results. And where was I? Yeah, why are your emotions so blocked? So maybe if you're somebody who's not a sharer, maybe that will also involve opportunities for you to share a little more. And it doesn't mean sharing your deepest, darkest secrets, but maybe, I don't know, maybe you go, oh, that's really cool. Hey, this past weekend I did blah, or whatever. Like, I don't know. But yeah. So working on the interpersonal is going to be good for you, especially at the beginning of the week. Next is the Nine of Cups. So midweek, Nine of Cups is reversed. And what is Nine of Cups? Nine of Cups is things are good. Your wishes have been fulfilled. When it's reversed, nothing has turned out the way you would hope. Things are disintegrating and falling apart. Now, I think that's not quite 100% accurate. I'm trying to remember. Oh, hey, Monique from Brazil is in. So, okay, now I seem to recall, so correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm trying, you guys are here to teach me some shit, and I'm here to do some readings for you. So when the Nine of Cups is upright, things are really, really, really good, and you've got so much going on, you don't know what to pick. Well, when the Nine of Cups is reversed, the cups are upside down now and things are draining out, but you can still save. It's not like everything's falling apart. And this is not a direct polar opposite. I don't usually see reversals as direct polar opposites, but yeah, midweek things aren't going well, and you're probably going to be feeling a little overwhelmed. Cups are still, generally speaking, good cards to have. But if something isn't working out the way you planned, then plan on being flexible so that you don't have to worry about it. So that's what you want to focus on midweek. End of the week, we've got the King of Cups, also reversed. And King of Cups is you have power, but you are stuck within your blocked emotions. Why are you so scared of rejection? So you may have, by the end of the week, you're going to have a couple of solutions in mind that maybe you're going to feel a little self-conscious about bringing it up. That's like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I have no idea what could be going wrong at your work, right? So Nine of Cups, something's not quite going right, and you need to be flexible to fix the problem, but you're going to be feeling a little blocked and stuck about maybe, well, if I say something, maybe they'll make fun of me. If I say, well, what if my idea doesn't work? I guess I better say nothing. And so King of Cups is, when the King of Cups is upright, many are relying on your depth of wisdom and judgment. That doesn't mean, so people are looking to you for a solution to probably whatever went wrong midweek. They're looking to you for a solution, but the solution that you can think of right now, the idea that you want to try is a little out of the box. And so you flip that card on its head going, I don't think I should tell these guys. I don't think I should bring that up as a solution. So this card is kind of inviting you to, you may still, it may be in your best interest not to bring it up, but the card's inviting you to explore that idea just in case you're passing up on a good thing because you're stuck in your feels and not sure what to do. Oh, Mira Ho, where's she? Okay, I got it. I got it. Thank you. Yeah, as long as I can get it, I'll swing back and grab it. It's easier for me to find the question if you're either tagging Lisa, because I'm on her account, so it's under her name, tag Lisa Papez, or put the word question in all caps. Okay. So that's your answer. It's not going to be the middle of the week might start feeling pretty horrible, but it's not going to be the end. It's not the end of your world, but give some thought to give some thought to why certain solutions aren't appealing to you, and they may still not appeal to you. Oh, going to Scotland. Okay. Sunny D is going to Scotland, so we hate her already. Just pointing it out. Pointing it out. Hate you already. You're not surprised. You are not surprised. Who is surprised? I loved it. I found out I did a DNA ancestry test just for fun. Turns out I'm 1/3 Scottish. I had no idea. I had no idea. I thought I was, well, I knew I was British on my mom's side, but turns out I'm British on my dad's side too. So all over there. Well, this card jumped out. Oh, this is not the Temperance card. Can you guys see these cards okay? That one just did not want to focus. Temperance, upright. So there's too much of a good thing. Any parties and stuff like that you get a chance to go to, just don't give in to the urge to go overboard. You know what? When you're traveling, there's this thing where you can get in a situation where you're trying to hurry up and have fun, do all the things. Let's. Okay, so yeah, I'm still jealous. There's this thing when you're having a good time, there can be this thing that you try to hurry up and have a good time to the point where you just walk away burnt out and wondering why the fuck did I do that. So I don't think temperance showing up when it's associated with travel, going on a vacation, having a good time, I don't think it's a surprise. So I'm going to do one more card for you, and that is 8 of Wands reversed. And my cheat sheet says 8 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 8 of Wands. It's reversed. Worn out, lack of energy and motivation, slow in take up, slow in moving in the right direction. Yeah, so 8 of Wands, act quickly and bring things to a good conclusion. You receive an important revealing message. So 8 of Wands is about, woo, just get out there and get it done. And 8 of Wands in reverse is like, if you do that, you're going to be all worn out and burnt out. So I think with that Temperance card, prioritize giving yourself time. Prioritize. It's not that you're going to be exhausted. Prioritize taking little breaks and time out so that you don't become exhausted. I mean, you're going to have a good time. You're traveling. Who doesn't have a good time when they're traveling? So yeah, your trip is going to be, you're going to have plenty of opportunities to get so burnt out because you've got so much there's going to be so much to choose from that you're going to have to choose not to do some of it. So you're going to be overwhelmed with a good time. You know what I mean? Yep. I got the question, Mira. Okay. So who's next? Who's next? Oh, wait, that was supposed to come out. Oh, there we go. I think I'm doing it. Okay. Question for Mog VGB. General energy advice for the rest of May. Okay. Ha la 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 la. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm like, oh, the chat's not moving. I hope everybody's having a good time. And it's like, oh, because I'm not on the chat. I'm over here in this other section. It lets you do this thing where you can like start, you can like select. Once you have your question and I get it, it's letting me select it. Oh, thanks, Sunny. Yeah. You're set up for having such a good time that you could get burnt out. So just watch out for that. Okay. Okay, so Mog's question is, and I'm doing the questions. I've got a thing where I star the question. I know you guys don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's a thing where I can star the question and then it'll put it in a list. So I'm just going through the list in order. So once I have your question, it's in the queue. So there's no problems there. Anyway. Yeah, no, it turns out that I don't know really what I thought my mom's side being from England would mean, but yeah, it turns out I'm 1/3 Scottish, 1/3 British. Well, not 1/3, roughly. 1/3 Scottish, 1/3 British, 1/3 Irish, and then the remaining like 2 to 3% that are left over is 1% South American native, not North American, where I live in North America, South American. And what was the other one? Oh, I think I'm like 4% Scandinavian. So I have Norse in my blood. I'm not tall enough and I'm not blonde enough, so I don't know how that happened, but that's okay. Okay, so general energy advice for Mog. Let's stop talking about me, or it's going to be my advice. So it's mid-month now. Good time for getting an update on the rest of the month. So we'll do the now, near future, mid future, future for the rest of the month. We're not looking super far ahead. Ace of Cups, 4 of Wands, and 4 of Cups reversed. Now, some of you guys do or don't. 2 4s together in a reading means something, and I have no fucking idea what it means. Maybe my cheat sheet has something. My cheat sheet has a backside. Let's look this up. Okay, let's do the cheat sheet for the Ace of Cups first. So Ace of Cups, I think I just had that for somebody, didn't I? Ace of Cups, open up to your inner feelings, trust your intuition, invite intimacy and love into your life. Now, this is whether or not you are dating or are going to be dating or anything like that. So intimacy doesn't always equate specifically with sex. Intimacy is doing things with somebody. You can be intimate, mother and child can be intimate, siblings can be intimate. So somebody, spend time developing, spend a little time in the near future working on strengthening the relationships that you do have. And if there's somebody that, if you're interested in somebody, maybe now's the time to ask them out. If there's already somebody in your life, maybe now's the time to do something a little extra for them. Just because that's intimacy. Intimacy is where you build that closeness, where you reinforce the closeness. So it could be about starting a relationship, or it could be about strengthening a relationship that you already have. Yeah, Beth had Ace of Cups and Hearts. I think yours was reversed, wasn't it? Yeah, blocked creativity. I have got to snip. Really, you guys are gonna just deal for a second. I'm getting snippy. Sorry, guys, we've been tidying up the last few days and we're kicking up a ton of dust. So then I get a little snippy, a little whatever, and then I start getting a little itchy, and I'm like, and it gets a little gross. So anyway, Ace of Cups. So yeah, for the next, so basically, if you're looking at the rest of the month, working on building up. This is only the second time I've ever done this, so we're still kind of working on what I. Lisa's helping me. It's like I want to make this simple and convenient for me and easy and fun for you guys. So we'll probably have a slightly different setup next time, so we can get better better looks at the cards. This is a line strider tarot, by the way. Okay, so yeah, so that's positive. The card's upright, so it's positive. The next card for you is the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands is prospects and timing are good. Freedom from oppression, full of enthusiasm and goodwill. So you're the next couple of weeks. The month ends in what, 15 days, 2 weeks. So yeah, so you're starting off working on work on some relationships for good or for bad. Like I said, intimacy, that sort of thing is not always doesn't always mean sex. Maybe it does. Maybe that's exactly what it means for you. But like, okay, we just had Mother's Day. Focusing on activities that bring you closer to your mother, that's intimacy. Intimacy is not sexual, is not always sexual. So Four of Wands is prospects and timing are good, freedom from oppression, full of enthusiasm and goodwill. So your things are going pretty good for you. Things are gonna feel pretty good. You're gonna have lots of good energy coming your way. Going from the near to mid end of month. End of month, Four of Cups is reversed. Four of Cups reversed is do. I'm not sure. I'm still getting the hang of this as a cheat sheet. I say it because I'm so used to using my practical wisdom. It's like boop boop boop. That's what it means. Anyway, Four of Cups. Oh, you are too focused. So you're good. Something's coming up. Four of Cups is you are too focused. Four of Cups reversed. Anyway. Okay. Four of Cups upright is you're focused on your own feelings, self-absorbed, too dreamy. There are many points of view. When it's reversed, it's stop avoiding the issues and face the truth. You are uncertain and anxious about an issue. So near the end of the month, something's going to come up something's going to come up near the end of the month that may be putting you in that position where you're going to go, man, last week was so fucking good. Why is everything so shit this week? And whatever's going on, it's something just your best advice is to just have your feels, admit to your feelings, and deal with it. Stop avoiding the issue, face the truth. And the truth can be a really, really simple thing. Like, it doesn't have to be anything. It doesn't sound, when you're going from positive to negative like this, it could be like, sometimes when the good time ends, the roadblock feels incredibly devastating. Things were so good, like, things were going so good because of great. Why is it going so shitty? And then you put it in perspective and go, oh wait, no, it's just shitty compared to how good it was yesterday, right? But yeah, give yourself, give yourself permission to have your feels. But if something's going to come up near the end of the month, and yeah, just go ahead and deal with it. You're not going to be able to avoid that anyway. Okay, next. No, I want to do that. Ooh. Addie LP wants to know if they should date. Should I date? Get over there. Should I date this year or should I focus on my career? If no, how does my career look? Okay. Well, we'll see what the cards have to say. We'll see what the cards have to say. So what else? So Sunny is traveling. What else is everybody doing? What do you guys? What's everybody up to? Like, entertain me, amuse me. Don't forget to leave your questions. Dryad is asking, is Lisa watching the live? Yes, she is she's at her day job right now, so she can't watch. But she's got it on in the background. If I'm understanding it right, she's got it on in the background. Unless things get busy for her at work, she'll be popping in and out. So she's not trying too hard. No, yeah, it's weird. We can both be signed into her channel, but I can't run a live on her channel without being logged in as her. So, ooh, just started a business analyst course. First time studying in like 15 years. Yeah. Yeah, so you're going to be busy. End of the month might leave you a little overwhelmed. A lot of teachers like to do their tests and quizzes at the end of the month. Maybe that's something that's you're looking up to. Michelle Russell's job hunting. I'm supposed to be working. I'm supposed to be back there, but I didn't want to. Okay. So, Addie LP, should I date this year or should I focus on my career? Okay, so we're going to do dating. I'm just going to do 2 cards for dating. Okay, well, 9 of Wands and the Tower. If you end up dating this year, that's fine, but you shouldn't be focusing on it this year. Tower's reversed and so is the 9 of Wands, though. So let's see. Maybe I've got this wrong. 9 of Wands reversed I'm kind of liking this as a cheat sheet, though. How are you guys liking it? I don't know if this is commonly available. I just spotted it and it's like, ooh, this sounds like fun. Let's grab it, right? Okay, so Nine of Wands is take extra precautions as you may have to defend yourself and may need all hidden reserves available. That's when it's upright. When it's reversed, do not mistake stubbornness with willpower. Lack of strength may bring about significant losses. So when it comes to relationships, lack of strength may bring about significant losses means that whether or not you end up dating this year, you're probably just you can be super excited going, I really want to date this guy. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. You go on a date and you're like, oh my God, why did I want to date that guy? That's kind of what that's kind of what's popping into my mind. It's the energy that's happening. You may or may not have opportunities to date, and you may or may not enjoy dating for the rest of the year, but you're probably not for the rest of this year, you're probably not going to be interested in taking it seriously. The people that you meet, you might meet the one. You might meet the one tomorrow, but it's going to take you until into next year before you decide whether or not you're ready to take the relationship seriously. So I'm never going to say yes or no. I'm never going to say don't date, do date. I'm going to say that let's check the tower right quick before I open my big mouth and stick my foot in it. Tower upright is obviously changes, unavoidable change. Tower reversed. I'm going to guess before I look. Tower reversed is your opportunity to dig into your ruts in a way that you're going to resist the unavoidable change until it flips and forces you into it. So that's my generalized. Let's see what it says here. So downfall, restriction, negativity, lack of desire, secretiveness, inability to resolve issues. You may be so this is a tower reversed. Tower out upright is something's changing whether you want to change or not, going to throw it all off, and you're starting over whether you want to or not. That's not happening here. You may be fearful of the future and express this fear in anger and emotional instability. Your negativity clouds your life and prevents new ideas from ripening. You're just not in the right place for it. Now, that doesn't mean it's not going to change by the end of the year. It doesn't mean that it's not going to change by next month. Right now, right this minute, dating, I don't know how to describe this because you can go on dating apps and get a date tomorrow. So right now, right this minute, putting your energy, you may end up dating, but putting your energy into looking for someone to date, putting your resources, hey, Tammy Pod, putting your resources into searching for that person is a waste of your time right now. And you know what, though? The funny thing is that the minute you stop looking, that's when the one shows up. But that's a whole different thing. You're not in the right head. So basically, the first part of your question is, should I date this year or should I focus on my career? Your head's just not in it. And I focused on dating because the second part of your question is, if no, what does my career look like? So it doesn't mean that you can't date or that you shouldn't date. It means that don't put your energy into it. And I don't know how to describe this. Like, I mean, I know one person who every single time every single time there's an opportunity to do it, oh, I wonder if I'm gonna. All they talk about is oh, I wonder if I'm gonna find a guy to date. That's all their energy is focused on. And so what I'm saying is, don't put your energy into it. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but it's like, no, just take it easy. Don't worry about it. It doesn't mean bad things are gonna. Well, it can. It can. I mean, I'm pushing 60, and so back in my day when I was young and the world was fresh and new, and dinosaurs still roamed the earth, we all knew that person who put so much energy and intention and focus into dating that they just made nothing but a series of mistakes. That's where you're at right now. If you end up dating, it's fine, but don't put your energy into it right now. Now's not the time for that. Career. Two of Swords reversed. Ten of Swords. Okay. So Ten of Swords is the backstabbing card. So let's see what happens here. I'm a little scared right now. So how does my career look? So Two of Swords is interesting. Now, Two of Swords is, I always look at twos as having decisions to make, and the twos cut both ways. No good decisions, okay? But it's reversed. It's reversed. So that is a bit of good news. So let me see what the cheat sheet says. Now, upright, the Two of Swords are things are not working out very well. But when it's reversed, you are flustering and creating unnecessary drama. This time it will be impossible to reach a compromise. But at the end of the day, the swords also are falling away and not as likely to cut you. So there's some shit going on at work that you're going to have to take a look at. Okay. You are flustering and creating unnecessary drama. Now, you can create unnecessary drama while coming into a situation with all good intention. If there is a communication block, a miscommunication, if you're communicating with the wrong people. This is not saying, oh, you're causing drama and you need, this is not what this is about. This is saying there is some drama at work. You are wrapped up in it. And so you need to look at what are you doing, not doing, doing incorrectly, doing with the wrong person, for the wrong person, what's going on at work that is causing drama that what part of the drama involves you. Okay. So yeah, look at what's going on at work. Work to identify it. Look at where the drama. There's some drama at work right now. Look at what's going on. You are playing a part in it by just simply being employed in the same office as wherever the drama is coming from. Maybe you're supporting the wrong person. Maybe you're reacting to information that is incorrect or that is coming from somebody who doesn't have. Maybe you're listening to this person when maybe you're sympathizing with this person, but they are not the person in authority whose opinion needs to be factored into what's going on. Okay, I'm overstating it because I'm not cute because the cards are not accusing you of being the drama. It's accusing you of being embroiled in some drama, and you have to look at even you can foster a huge amount of drama in your world through innocent action. Okay. Like I said, you know, two people are arguing and you go, I believe you. And it's the wrong person because that person was actually the one who was right. Just that. So anyway, now that I've beaten that one to death, let's look at the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is somebody's out to get you. Let me see what the cheat sheet says. It's upright. Things couldn't be much worse. You see yourself as the victim, the martyr. Why me, you ask? So yeah, so this is the somebody's out to get you card, and the Two of Swords is reversed here. So your career isn't really being addressed here. Honestly, I don't see your career itself being addressed. I see shit that's happening behind the scenes at your work is causing drama, is causing problems. The Two of Swords is telling you to figure out what's going on and figure out what you are contributing to the drama, either accidentally or otherwise, and deal with that before you become the Ten of Swords. I've been in that situation. I have been in that situation where something happens and I go, oh, well, this is what's going on. This is what I believe. This is what I believe. This is what I believe. And suddenly I'm the one in shit because I stood by the wrong person, the wrong project, the wrong idea, right? So you've got some stuff going on that you need to deal with, or this could be the outcome for you. So you do have to take a look at what's going on in your office politics. The job itself seems to be not really of any interest to the cards, but office politics are happening. Do what you can to clean up your own side of the street so that this doesn't happen. But the career itself doesn't seem to be addressed. Your career itself is probably just fine. Office drama is going to make the career okay. When you're tangled up in office drama and office politics and all that nasty bullshit, a great job suddenly becomes the shittiest place on earth. So that's what you got to look out for coming forward. But it's more about office drama than it is about the actual job. So just do what you can to make sure that you're on the right side of that, and everything should be fine. Okay, where are we at? Ooh, who are we talking about? We're talking about dragons. Dinner suggestions. I'm going to do that right now. What should we all do for dinner tonight? Okay, well, my home address is, and this is the kind of pizza I want you all to send me. But anyway. What should we all do for dinner tonight? Now, this is all interesting. Okay, let's do, let's draw one card and see what happens. I have to talk to my wife. Oh, no, I don't. I'm using a cloth that I made her years ago. I can tell because it's got metallic thread in it. You can get metallic thread. That shit is awesome, and it is the worst shit to sew. Do not sew. If you are going hand sewing, sure, but if you're going to use metallic thread, and this stuff looks and feels metallic. It's not just shiny, it's metallic. Like, you know, it feels like it's got aluminum in it or whatever. If you're going to sew with that shit, sew by hand. But anyway, I just glanced over. I haven't used metallic thread in years and years, but I just glanced over and a couple of the stitches had popped. And it's not Lisa's fault. I'm going to blame her anyway. Okay. So what should we all have for dinner tonight? 7 of Wands reversed. Don't try too hard. Okay. Let's see what it says. Cheat sheet. Cheat sheet. 7 of Wands reversed. You may lack the courage to hold your ground. Be open to compromise. Reject opinions that are not wise. Interesting. So 7 of Wands upright. It's time to show conviction and stand behind your ideas. If necessary, aggressively defy all opposition. So basically, don't form a solid plan for dinner and be open-minded about what's going on. But it's also about reject opinions that are not wise. So try and choose something that's a little healthy. Maybe not necessarily something that you would normally choose for yourself, but I wouldn't normally eat this, but it's not too unhealthy, so that's fine. So if somebody else makes a suggestion and it's not unhealthy, you should probably do it. That's probably what you should do for dinner. And the Wheel of Fortune. Ha. So Wheel of Fortune, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it because I can. I'm probably going to switch decks in a minute, though, because I'm not happy with the way that this is. Are these cards? I cannot see on my screen. My screen only gets so big because of what I'm looking at this for. I am not seeing these cards at all, and it's not the card. It's the lack of decent lighting. I think I'm going to switch decks in a minute. I have another one. There it is. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Do. Destiny, positive change, freedom to embrace change, synchronicity, making use of chance, coincidence, the start of a new. Okay, I'm looking at the first change. What you should have for dinner is something that you don't necessarily have all that often. And as long as it's healthy within the range of what you consider to be healthy / good for you, that is what you should have for dinner. So, what does that mean to you? Go. Go. Okay. Let me go check and see if I've got that one. Dryad. Okay, take that one off. Okay, I don't normally do health readings, Dryad, but I'm gonna do yours now. So I know when something living in your world is not doing well, I know that it's really easy to be thinking. I don't normally do health readings though, so we're going. I'm not gonna. I gotta shuffle the crap out of this one too. I am not gonna do. I need to think about this. It just caught my attention. So we're going to look at. I'm not going to look. I don't think I'm going to get a worthwhile answer on whether or not the health problems are over with your cat. But let's look at a general outlook. Let's look at it from a more general place. I've never really done a health reading, and I don't want to give somebody advice. Build somebody's hopes up. Is that the right word? I don't want to do that to anybody. So let's just think about. Come on, go back over there. Oh, hey, Sophie, thanks. Thanks. What the heck? It's almost 3 p.m. for me here. I'm in the west coast of Canada. Oh, don't mind me. The deck was shuffled. The deck needs to be shuffled. Okay, so yeah, I'm very awake at this time of day. I don't know what it is here. So the health problems with my cat mostly over. So we'll keep that as the focus, but let's be open-minded about the message, because I've never done it. I've never tried to do a specifically health-related reading, and I don't really, like I said, I don't want to do the thing where I'm doing or saying the High Priestess, Seven of Pentacles, Justice reversed. Okay. Why is my phone making noise? Oh, yeah, you get a phone, you set up your phone. You know what I need to do? There's some notifications I need to figure out how to turn off, and I can't figure out how to make my phone let me turn them off. So every now and again, boop, 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 boop. Okay. So you have got two major arcana cards. One is upright, one is reversed. And then you've got the Eight of Pentacles in the middle of that. Eight of Pentacles is about prosperity. So let's just see what's going on. Let's start with the, generally speaking, if I see a major arcana card, it takes priority, but you've got two of them here. So, and you know, you guys as the collective can help me with this one for sure. If you have, yeah, I need to mute it, but I don't know how to mute that particular type of message. I'm probably just missing a button. I'll whine it like Lisa, and then she'll do it. Okay, so if you guys, so you guys can see the cards. High Priestess, Eight of Pentacles, Justice reversed. If you guys have anything to help me with this, yeah, this is the miniature albino weight. I like my mini decks, so I decided. Now what I did though was the camera that I hooked up is just a webcam over here, so it's not letting it focus the way I want it to focus. So the next time I'm probably going to put one of the bigger we've got more than one camera because, you know, we're those people, but I'll probably put a proper camera up there for next time so we can get better look. Okay, so High Priestess, there's my cheat right there. High Priestess is intuitive, understanding, staying passive, seeing the potential, sensing the mystery, patience, and calm. The emphasis is on the spiritual, may have sexual overtones, which obviously it's a cat, so no, may not. Have confidence in your senses and intuitions, could be a magical time for love. So let your intuition guide you on this. I mean, look at your cat's behavior. Look at how your cat's behaving. Even if the health problems are not going away, you already know whether or not your cat is happier and doing better on a, well, normally I would say on a personal level, but yeah, cats are people too. I mean, every animal has its own self-awareness. So the card, that card there, yeah, it's like tiny, eh? I love my tiny decks. So I would guess that your cat is, whatever's going on, your cat is feeling better, starting to feel better, starting to feel more content, back a little bit more normal now. So yeah, that's the cat is absolutely feeling better right now. And the next card is, I'm just going to go in order. Yeah, follow your intuition. Sometimes things aren't cut and dry. Sometimes it takes a while for things to happen, and trust your own feelings. So yeah, the cat's feeling better. Okay, I'll tell you a story about Bruno in a minute. Okay. The next one is the Eight of Pentacles. I keep saying coins, and I've always called it coins, and I know better. So you know your skills, pay attention to detail, learn new ways, never compromise your diligence. And again, this card's upright. So you know your skills. So the things that you are doing to help the situation, and that might be, maybe you're giving your cat a daily massage. Older animals get arthritis, and a lot of people give them massages. It's working. Anything that you are intuitively doing to help the situation is working, is helping. So that's fine. You are doing the right thing. Okay. And the last card is Justice reversed. So let's see. We talk about Bruno all the time. Okay. So the last card is Justice reversed. Delay, imbalance, injustice, corruption, criminality, there's a lot, it's negative. Okay. So a state of inequality or bias, fairness and balance are not prevailing. So basically, your cat, what I would say, corruption, being on the wrong path, dealing with the wrong people. So that's going to be people. Okay, so your cat is having medical problems. Your cat is getting better, but the problem is never going to completely go away. And there are people that are advocating, see, you need to go get it put down. That's my immediate guess. Now that I see all three cards together, and you don't need to listen to those people. Period. Little story about Bruno. When Bruno was first diagnosed as a diabetic, he almost basically diabetic dogs, almost all of them go blind, and he went blind. He was completely blind. And if we coincidentally live 6 blocks away from a specialist that does veterinary, we live about 6 blocks away from a veterinary eye surgeon. She is like the only one in all of BC that does the surgery that saved his vision, that got him his vision back. Okay, so we had very long talks. What if we don't stabilize? What if the surgery doesn't work? Then we're going to have a blind dog. What are we going to do? Right? And a lot of people in that situation would have went, well, he's blind, time to put him down. And he was only like 5 years old at the time. I think he was 4. He wasn't an old dog. Anyway. And this is what I sense you've got going on. Whatever's going on, like, okay, and your cat is not immortal. That's just a fact of life, right? Our dog is not immortal. So what kind of quality of life can you give your cat? And you're doing the right thing. Everything's going along the way it is. Your cat is more comfortable, more confident, more happy, more this, more that, and you're doing the right thing. The health problems may or may not be over, but you're doing the right thing. Whatever's going on, the severity is probably over. And yeah, there's people that aren't necessarily going to be supportive of you on that, because there's definitely people. I am partially they're just a pet, and I'm partially they're part of the family. I kind of straddle that middle ground, right? And other people are very much there for my fur babies, and other people are very much it's just a whatever. So I think as a general health reading, you're doing fine. The worst of the problems are over. The things that you're currently doing to help the situation are working, are helping. And keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, and the people that are around you that are not necessarily supportive, yeah, pets live forever. I know Bruno will never die. So the people, but you are going to be dealing with some people who aren't necessarily going to be all that supportive, and that's just par for the course. There's not much you can do about that. And you're going to have to just, you may have to make some decisions based on that. But in terms of the overall health, your cat's doing fine. And the worst of it is probably over. But that's the best I can do. That's the best I can do. Just ate a round gingerbread for midnight dinner. You don't do midnight dinner. Round and round like the wheel. Okay, anyway. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. Yeah, I like to believe pets live forever. This deck is the Albano Weight. It's the Albano Weight Tarot, and it's the miniature. So, yeah, it's that big. This isn't necessarily going well. It's doing much better than the other one was. At least it's trying to focus. It's focusing on my hands out of the way. Okay, so that's that one. That is that one. Right here, see what I'm doing? Take that one out. I screwed that one up. That's okay. I can fix it. Take that one out. This one's interesting. Okay, how can I best navigate an upcoming conversation about a tricky polyamorous relationship situation with absolute and utter honesty at all times, no matter what? That's just my personal advice. That's just my personal advice. This could be interesting. There's multiple people involved, and polyamorous relationships are one where there's more than 2 people involved in the relationship. Just for those of you who may not know, God knows, I think you guys are all perverts here, so it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I didn't know there was a mini Albano weight either until I found it. I can't remember where I got it from. I think I did not get it new. They're always interesting and tricky, yeah. Yeah, like Anna Reinhardt says to Dryad, I think based on the cards, keep doing what you're doing for your cat and be vigilant with care and medication and whatnot, and sending you good vibes for you and your kitty. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, we're kind of having that coming up with Bruno as well. I think we mentioned it yesterday in the live, but since Bruno always finds his way on camera, we're kind of being a little bit, I don't know, it's not like it's none of your business, but we're also talking about a little bit more than we probably would, because Bruno likes to get up on laps and is in front of the camera, but we are getting him, he's got a vet appointment next week for a consult, and we're probably getting the rest of his teeth removed. So yep, I get it. It gets expensive, it gets problematic. Basically the logic is that he's got bad, diabetic dogs by default have really bad teeth. It's just a rule. You can't get around it. And Chihuahuas historically also have bad teeth. He's half Chihuahua, and he's a 10-year-old dog. So dogs have to get knocked out for dental. So it's like, okay, so this year he's a 10-year-old small dog. When it comes to, okay, medical procedures of any kind can cause repercussions, can have problems. Small dogs going under anesthesia can be a problem. Older dogs going under anesthesia can be a problem. Diabetic dogs going under anesthesia can be a problem. He's got the trifecta here. He's been under anesthesia before and done just fine, so we're not concerned that way. But the older he gets, the bigger the risks are. So we're probably getting all of his teeth taken out in one go at his next visit. And he's going to be a little gummy wonder after that. And he'll be fine because he gets small food that he doesn't chew to begin with. He just doesn't bother. He's a scarfer. And it's all gone. So he doesn't really chew a lot to begin with. So he's not going to miss his teeth. But he's going to look funny. He's going to look really funny. Okay. But yeah, like I get it. Like when stuff like that's happening, you get people that are going like, why would you waste your money on that? Well, because if we have to do it next year as an emergency procedure because he has mouth infections, it's going to be a lot more dangerous, right? Okay, how can I best navigate an upcoming conversation about a tricky polyamorous relationship situation? Well, it's a really tricky situation. So, first off, this situation is tricky. It's really tricky. Okay, that's the Ten of Swords. The first card that we're looking at here, that's the Ten of Swords. That's a stabbing in the back card. And I don't want to be judgmental or anything like that, but in a polyamorous situation, you can quite often, and yeah, these cards, my readings never fuck around. My readings are so fucking mean, it's horrible. I always say I'm in a polyamorous relationship with my 2 cats. Just a second, guys. I thought I missed something. Okay, so don't forget, if you want to add a question to the list, make sure to either tag Lisa. Actually, don't tag Lisa because I'm not going to see tags in this. So just put the word question in all caps, followed by your question in the same comment so that I can find it, so that I can track it, so that I can make sure I get to it in order. Okay, so tricky polyamorous conversation, relationship situation. My mind immediately went to there's more than one. Okay, polyamory, more than one person in a relationship. At least 2 of the people in the relationship are kind of getting closer, or maybe one person is having a relationship outside of the triad or quadrad or whatever that you have going on and isn't being honest. It's a bit of a stabbing in the back card. Somebody's being a dick. Period. End stop. Somebody's being a dick, and then that's basically the crux of your situation. And that always makes it tricky, especially if you're trying to protect the relationship, trying to keep things from getting worse, yada, yada, yada. Now, this is where I get to say the shitty thing. If you're looking back on what's going on, it's like, that's me. That's me. If that's you on the ground, then it's like, yeah, you need to be brutally honest about your feelings and how you felt about what's going on. If that's not you on the ground and you're the one who put that person on the ground, then you need to be brutally honest about, or you need to be very, very, you need to accept their brutal honesty. Do you know what I mean? Usually in a reading, when it comes up like that, I generally tend to see it as you're the person who's been stabbed in the back. But if somebody did something they shouldn't have done, and it's upset the entire relation, it's upset the entire relationships within, honesty, and yeah, and it still may not help. Okay, so I'm going to go look up the reading. So all of these cards were upright. I'm going to go look up the actual cheat sheet meaning because I use these for a reason. So, Ten of Swords, things couldn't be much worse. You see yourself as the victim, the martyr. Why me, you ask? So, yeah. So this is literally, when this card is up, you're the one on the ground. You're the one on the ground, whether or not we don't care why you're on the ground. We really don't. It's like, oh, you made me angry, therefore it's okay that I stabbed you in the back. It's like, that's never okay. Okay. Next card is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is actually not a bad card, so let's see what's going on. A time for prudent judgments, dominate or submit, teach or learn, lead or follow. You've got choices to make, and they're pretty black and white. Okay, this is not saying, oh, I got yours, Michelle. It lets me put things in sequence. So there's a few others before you. I just did dryads because, pet, health. I know what it's like to worry, so I thought I'd let them skip the queue. But you're there. I got you. So this is about, basically, you need to apply some black and white thinking here. It's kind of how I'm seeing this card. Especially, normally I would say, okay, you can pick your strategy along these lines. Okay. And let's get back to the card again. A time for prudent judgments, dominate, submit, teach, learn, lead, or follow. Those are extremes. Okay, are you going to lead or are you going to follow? Now, in a reading that doesn't start off this aggressive, that I would say, like, yeah, like, I mean, if you normally lead, then if you normally follow, work on your leadership qualities, and that would be very, very valid. But this is a pretty abrupt and specific situation where you need to pick a path and stay on it. If you decide that you're going to go, no, look, this is what's going on, then don't become so stubborn that you won't be swayed by the conversation. But if you're going to say, I'm going to lead this conversation, then lead it. And don't just switch over to following halfway through because somebody expressed, oh, it hurts my feelings that you're doing the leading, so I want you to follow now. It's like, too bad. This is what happened to me, so I'm leading it. Too bad I'm taking charge here because this is what's happening. Now, if you decide to follow because you're in a poly relationship, so if one partner in the relationship harmed you and the other partner is taking the lead on sorting this out, you're fine to follow. But you need to define which type, you need to define how you're going to respond and stick with it. Stick to your guns, right? Ace of Wands is enthusiastic, fired up, ready to go, inspirational to others, self-expression, resourceful. Now, in terms of handling a tricky bit, so basically you are able to speak for yourself. Now, this kind of is implying that you may not like it. Maybe the way that you normally behave is different from the way you need to behave in this situation, if that makes sense. But you have everything that you need to be able to express yourself properly and fully. So just try to embrace that, and that is what's going to get you through this. Now, the cards aren't saying whether or not this person needs to be ejected from the group, because it's not really defining the problem is. The problem is that you feel that you've been stabbed in the back, and these two as your solution is pointing out that that's fine, and you pick a course of action and stick with it. and you will come to the conclusion. Once you pick a course of action and stick with it, you will have all the tools that you need to bring it to its proper resolution, whatever that proper resolution is. And that's what I see for that. Not necessarily super helpful because it's not really possible to get into specifics, but yeah, you will be fine. Just don't let yourself be talked out of your feelings. Don't let yourself be talked out of your thoughts, your position, what's going on with you. Yeah. Anita Reiner says it's a rough reading. It sounds like you need really clear answers and clarity in this upcoming conversation. The word here is, the wand is fire and passion. Follow your passion. So yeah, make sure that like I said, if you normally follow, this might be the situation that requires you to be the leader here. Don't be afraid to say exactly what's on your mind, exactly what you mean. And the Ace of Wands is saying, like, yeah, you will have no problem articulating this in the right way to make sure that they understand. Well, let's go back to the Ace of Wands again. Enthusiastic, fired up, ready to go, inspirational to others, self-expression. So give yourself permission to, pick a path, stick with it, and just trust that you have the ability for self-expression. The self-expression will be there, and you'll get to the bottom of it. Yep, say what needs to be said. Ooh, Sophie says, Six of Pentacles. Are you going to lay down and take it, or stand up and fight and be assertive? That's perfect. I mean, when you're in a poly relationship, there's usually you and at least two other people. So yeah, maybe one of the partners is usually the assertive one who sorts all this stuff out. Maybe it's your turn to be assertive, or maybe and this could be an exact opposite. No, just put the word question in all caps, followed by your question in the same comment, so that I can find it and get it. I can click a little button here that lets me put it in a list that keeps things in order. So anyway, so yeah, so in a poly situation, there could be the person who if you're normally the peacekeeper, then maybe it's time for you to step out and let the other person. It's like, look, this is what happened, and you guys need to sort this out. That might be your role this time, or the exact opposite, to go, look, I know you're usually the one who solves these problems, but this is what's going on. This is what needs to be done, and I'm going to speak my mind, and you're going to deal with it. Okay, do that. Do that. Sorry, I'm slow. Okay. Will the person I want to reach out to do it, or am I wasting my time? Okay, I got to keep my see, on a personal level, I'd say you're probably wasting your time. Just because if you want them to reach out to you and you don't, if you're both waiting for the same thing to happen, but that's my personal opinion. What did the cards say? The Lovers. So I don't think I even need to draw another card. Let's see what the Lovers say before I decide if I'm drawing another card. And again, I'm working with this. Does this have I found this and I didn't even look to see. Yeah, this is just Tarot Guide by Stephen Major. And I'm just using this today in place of the clunkiness that is sometimes working with a book. You know why else I bought it today? Look at this. See that? The entire deck is there. So if I get tired of this and don't want it anymore, I can get in here and very carefully cut all of these out and have a full deck of mini cards. But that's just me. That's just me. Okay, the Lovers. What are we at with the Lovers? So the Lovers. There we go. Union, marriage, sympathy, connection, desire, longing, sex, making choices, being right and wrong, making choices between right and wrong. Represents love and relationships, soulmates, partners, in a broader sense, all things that require harmony and parties are included. So I think I'm going to go back to my opinion. If you want this person to reach out to you, being in a committed relationship with somebody else requires a lot of communication. It really, really does. So if you want this person to reach out to you and they're not, it could be because they're waiting for the same thing. It could be because they're not sure how you feel. So this relationship, whatever this relationship is, and it doesn't always have to be sexual, whatever relationship this is, whatever this person's reaching out, whatever the reaching out is, It's great if they reach out, but you could end up watching the whole thing just flow between your fingers, just further away to nothing, because you didn't want to take the first step. And if you want this to go somewhere, it's probably in your best interest to take the first step. But let's get one more card, because like I said, my opinion is all over this, and I know it. This is okay. I think it's a helpful reading, but I know that my opinion is all over it. So let's see. Okay, so let me see what we got here. We've got the Knight of Wands reversed. So what, you know, the goodwill is there. Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, upright. Upright, the Knight of Wands. Charm is superficial. Self-confidence is cocky. Your daring is foolhardy. Reversed is kind of the opposite. It's like you are trying way too hard and your efforts may fail. Be sincere and honest. Stop manipulating. And again, it goes back to, it kind of is a manipulation if you are waiting for them to contact you, to reach out to you, and then getting mad at them for wasting your time. And it's like, but you wasted your time by waiting when you could have taken action. I would say that this person, I would say that this person has an element of shyness to their personality, and it would benefit you both if you were to just go ahead and reach out. And don't forget, you do not have to reach out in this convoluted way. Just reach out, go, hey, how you doing? That's it. So you got to reach out, right? You don't have to reach out. You don't have to reach out in a grandiose, you know, bury your soul kind of way. So it's probably in everybody's best interest if you just go ahead and be the one to reach out. They're probably a little bit more shy than you think they are. Okay, where am I at now? Yeah, no. That's exactly what this is exactly how you guys are helping teach me, guys. I'm a forever noob, and I do not lie about that fact. Making no choice at all is also a choice at the end of the day. But yeah, neither one of you are doing anything wrong, but you're both missing opportunities to do something right. One of you's got to give, and if you dig in your heels saying, well, that ain't going to be me, then what could have turned into a good relationship isn't simply going to fritter away. That's how I see it. But like I said, it doesn't need to be some big major overblown gesture. Just a simple, oh, hey, how you doing? I was just thinking about you. See where it goes. Don't be too. It might work out, might not work out, but it doesn't have a chance if it doesn't have it. It sounds like it's not going to have much of a chance if you don't meet them halfway. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I like doing this so much. Because I never get. Well, you know why I like doing this? Because you don't. It's hard to do. It's hard to do questions. I can only do so many readings about what should I sew today. Okay, Amy Kate, should I keep working on my business or should I work towards becoming a teacher? Now, I'm going to say I have a really bad track record for coming up with definitive yes or no answers, but I seem to have a really good track record with coming up with things that you need to be aware of while you make your decision. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, if you have a question, just put the word, just if you put it, if I catch your question, I'll obviously put it over there, whether you've put question first or not. But if you put the word question first in all caps, it's like psychological sass with Peggy, pretty much. Oh my God, psychology shit is like, oh, I used to read psychology books for fun. I was that kind of geek. One of these times too, somebody was asking on the last one, because I was mentioning dream interpretation. And somebody left a comment asking about that. And it's like, I would love to do that, but they take a while to do just one. I would have to like collect names in advance and pick a lucky volunteer. Well, not, maybe, you know what? There's a thing on this where people can like do a thing. Lisa's done it a few times on the channel. Just type in blah, and then we can draw. So if we did something like that, it's like, okay, well, everybody put in their name and I'll draw, and whoever's name I draw, I'll do a reading on their dream. I did. Yeah, I don't. Karen said, oops, forgot all caps. I'm not sure if I got a. Okay, there we go. Got it. Yeah, as long as I see it like that with the word question first, it's easy for me not to miss it. Okay. Yeah, I never studied it. I just did it for fun. I was that kind of weirdo. Okay. Should I keep working on my business or should I work towards becoming a teacher? Okay. Well, you've got some shit going on already, for starters. You've got some shit going on already that you need to resolve before you can make the decision. That's what I'm seeing at a glance. But let's take a look at what the cards have to say. Normally, again, I don't necessarily do things linear. If I see a major arcana, then I take that as the focus of the reading. And Justice and the Tower are both here. You've got a decision to make, and seeing the Tower here, you have to make a decision. You don't get the luxury of choosing. That's what I'm seeing right now. So let's see what the cards are saying about this. Justice. I am bad for the. Oh, there's a number here. It's 11. There it is. Justice, fairness, responsibility, decisiveness, understanding cause and effect, accountability. Now I have a thing that no matter what I do to get further meaning on the cards, each individual person who has created anything, even this cheat sheet, is putting a bit of their own self into it. So I always try to work with the subtler nuances of what they're saying when they put these together. So do what needs to be done in a fair, decent way. This will triumph over bigotry and prejudice. Your good efforts will bring rewards now. So now I'm not sure. For some reason, I have a feeling that there's some bigotry and prejudice is a pretty intense concept. But I'm sensing that you've got people pushing you for either decision. Oh, you should do this. Oh, you should do that. And so I get the sense that the people that are trying to help you make your decision currently are pretty polar opposite in what they think you should be doing, or what they are and aren't supporting, or they're supporting the things that you don't want while failing to recognize the things that you do. There's something going on that way. So justice, fairness, responsibility, decisiveness, understanding cause and effect. That is your current assignment. Okay. You need to take, because I'm kind of, these two cards here, I don't have very many problems figuring out what they mean. So I can kind of do the glance thing. So I'm already a couple steps ahead without reading the definitions yet. But this card coming first, which usually implies the beginning, is saying that you really need to look at the cause and effect of what's going on. You already know what if you keep working on your business, you know up front certain things are going to happen. If you pursue becoming a teacher, you know up front certain things are going to happen. So you have to sort that out. You have to take a look at that in a more, well, justice. Justice is, where's my card? Where's my thing? Like, justice is dispassionate. Justice doesn't really necessarily have a lot of emotion. Justice is about doing the right thing. You're not looking at doing the right thing, but you're looking at what is the right thing for me? What is the best choice for me? And so now you need to look at all the ramifications of, and the fact that the card came up is maybe telling me that there's some, if I do this, this is what's going to happen. Ooh, something happened here. You guys still here? Oh, okay. I think everything's still here. I think the webcam is stuttering. I think the rest of it's fine, but if I'm stuttering or hanging up, let me know. Oh, I got to grab that one. Got to grab that one. Okay. So, okay, the one camera just went weird. I can still do readings with one camera, but if it might be an indication that my connection might not be working as well as I'd like it to. So if I suddenly disappear, yeah, it'll flip to low quality when it's doing that. You can flip it back by going into the settings and upgrading the settings on your end. Look for the little gear wheel at the bottom of the feed. Okay, so justice. So basically, it's time for you to take a fairly dispassionate look at what's going on, and make your pro and cons list. Like if you're suddenly, okay, if you're working on your business, then ideally you're making money while you're working on your business. If you're going back to school, you're spending money, not necessarily making money, or it's happening in different ways, blah, blah, blah. So you need to do the pros and cons list is what I'm thinking. But that means, okay, so Two of Swords, let's do this in order. Two of Swords is, again, you are flustering and creating unnecessary drama. This time it will be impossible to reach a compromise. That's when the Two of Swords are reversed. Basically, Two of Swords is a decision. Two of Swords, twos are decisions. Two of Swords cut both ways, but now you're reversed, which means you have to make a decision. You're not in a position where you can decide door number 3. You have to decide whatever's going on in your world. You have to decide one or the other, and you know it. And I think you already know what your answer is. I think between Justice and the Tower, I think it's about what levels of support you do and don't have for that. And of course, the Tower, basically, if you don't decide, the universe is going to decide for you, and you're not going to have a choice. So let's try one more card, because honestly, this is all about, well, you have to decide. And it's like, yeah, but I want to know what to decide. So we're looking at Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay, Nine of Pentacles reversed. Do. Things are good. Your wishes have been fulfilled, and you have good reasons for satisfaction. That's the upright. Nothing is turning out the way you had hoped. Things are disintegrating and falling apart. So things aren't going the way that you want them to. And that would refer to your current course of action. So whatever you're currently doing probably isn't working the way that you think that okay, so should I keep working on my business or work towards becoming a teacher? Well, this isn't your things currently are not going to plan, and that is your business. Now, I'm going to say that whatever's going on with your business, depending on what's going on in your business, a business can be set on hiatus. A business can be run part-time. A business can be, you can hire somebody else to work for you. Whatever's currently going on in your business isn't working. So whether or not you should work on becoming a teacher is a choice that you have to make. Whether or not there's other choices you could be making is up to you. But yeah, your business isn't working the way that you want it to. And the Knight of Wands is, I'm just going to lean because I'm lazy. Knight of Wands is your charm is, that's upright. Your charm is superficial. Your self-confidence is cocky, and your daring is foolhardy. Reconsider. So you've got something going on right now that's not necessarily, whatever you've got going on right now it's a little foolhardy. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't fix that, but your business isn't working the way that you wanted it to begin with. Whether or not that means you should become a teacher is a second problem, but the tower is coming up in your future, which means that you might be waffling a lot, going back and forth. Oh, I don't know if I should become a teacher. So you're not, maybe I don't know if I should become a teacher. So you're putting a little less effort into your business right now because you're just not sure. And maybe that's where things are falling apart in your business. I'll tell you right now, if I'm not back there sewing, I'm not selling. And if I'm not selling, I'm not in business, right? It's what goes around comes around. And that's, I'll tell you right now, like, I was just on vacation last week. I didn't sew, I didn't sell. Not saying that you guys aren't wonderful, because I absolutely love you guys' support, and that's not I don't want you guys to take any weird meanings from that. It's just a fact of life. Like my business is a part-time gig that I'm enjoying for what it's. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But if you have monetary goals in mind and you're so busy being distracted about whether or not you want to become a teacher that you're not putting the right kind of time into your business. So I'm going on and on and on, but what I'm trying to say is that you've got the justice, take the emotions off the table and take a look at what's going on, and figure out what's working and not working. But the tower is coming up. You have no choice. You have to choose. So what's in your best interest is to take a very dispassionate look at what's going on. I'm sorry, Sophie. Yes, you are my entire life. I'm sitting here doing readings on a Monday afternoon for shits and giggles. So I think you are my entire life. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm having a good time. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, Lisa disconnected. That might be causing a problem. Let me just check two things. I might get a better signal from my end. Doop, 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 doop. We'll take that out. Nope. How did that go? I don't know how to make it go away. I didn't fuck it up. There we go. Okay. 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 Let's see where we are. Where are we at now? I'm so slow today. I'm gonna have to stop sooner or later, but I don't know when that's gonna be. I'm on the wrong page. No wonder it's not doing anything. Okay. Hide that. Bring that down. Bring that up. Ah, Michelle Russell. How can I have more physical energy? It's been very low lately. That one. Yeah, I'll tell Lisa. I'll tell Lisa. Yeah, thanks for redoing that with the word question, Cassandra. I almost missed the. I just spotted the original one now. Okay. Okay, so Michelle says, how can I have more physical energy? It's been very low lately. The Chariot. King of Cups. I'm just going to stop with the two. It's a pretty simple question, and I'm pretty sure we're already at the answer. So Chariot is what's driving you. Are you driving? That sort of thing. So, by the way, I keep setting the cards down here in case anybody cares. That's the back of the deck right there. Is it doing it? Is it doing it? Yeah, we're gonna. I'll get Lisa to help me figuring out the cameras. I just don't want to stop and start. And okay, so the Chariot. When a major arcana shows up, it's usually the focus of the reading. At least that's how I generally tend to see it, which I've told you guys 5,000 times, and I'll say it 5,000 more. Okay, good, goal-oriented, self-reliance, confidence, victorious, assertive, personal authority. Those are the keywords for it. By the way, on the major arcanas, they give keywords then the description, which I've been failing to point out. Symbolizes the qualities needed to succeed in battle, able to overcome the difficulties that may stand in the way with intelligent leadership. So this is kind of saying that you already have some ideas and thoughts and whatever. You just have to charge and do them. King of Cups reversed. Couple was looking at cups. There's the cups. There it is. Many rely on depth and wisdom. Many rely on the depth and wisdom of your judgment, your caring, diplomatic, tolerant nature. That is the upright meaning. So now what's going on in reverse is like, okay, you have power, but you are stuck within your blocked emotions. Why are you so scared of rejection? So you already have ideas on what you think is going to help, on what's going to work. Because don't forget, this is all personal. What works for me isn't going to work for you, and maybe sometimes it will, but not everything. That's why we're all individuals, unique people. So whatever's going on, you're just not really taking charge of what's going on. Maybe you're like, I want to go for a walk every day because that'll give me a little bit more energy. And the people around you are going, well, I don't really want to go. I'm not really up for that. That doesn't make sense. And so instead of going, well, I know that that's what's best for me, so that's what I'm going to do. You come or stay behind. Screw you. Okay, maybe you don't have to be that mean to people, or maybe you do. It can be fun. It can be a lot of fun. Anyway, I'm not a mean person. No, I'm not. Hey, Leanne. Okay, so how can I have more physical energy? It's been very low lately. Is just to give yourself permission to take charge. And it doesn't mean take charge of everything, but a lot of times what happens is other people are dictating what's going on in your day for whatever reason, on the job, whatever. You got to get home, you got to make dinner for the kids, you got to put the kids to bed, yada, yada, yada. So, stop, carve a chunk out where you are 100% driving your life, so that when you say, this is what I want to do because I think it'll give me more energy and make me feel better, whether they agree or not, you need to agree with yourself that, oh, that might not work, but I'm doing it anyway because I'm interested in trying new things so that I can see what's going to work to get me more physical energy, right? So this seems like a good idea, because when you're doing what you want to do, you will generate physical energy out of it. I don't know how to describe this. It makes sense in my head, right? But Oh, good night, Dryad. I keep forgetting that for some of you guys, it's the middle of the night. Okay. So if you decide that you want to walk, I'm near a Denny's. It's like, oh well, I want to. I think if I take a magazine and I walk over to Denny's and I sit down and have a cup of coffee and read my magazine for an hour and then walk home again, I think that'll give me more energy. And if somebody else goes, oh, that doesn't sound like fun, and then your job as the King of Cups is to go, I don't fucking care. I'm going anyway. Why don't you come with me? I want to get out. I want to, because that physical energy and feeling low is quite often starts with a state of mind. It starts with a state of mind. State of mind. So basically, take charge. I don't know what's going on here. So I did something and it shifted. Now I'm like, wait, oh no, that's why. That's better. I was starting to fall off the camera at the side, and it's like I got to stop doing that. So, like, that's a very small example, but that's how it starts. So give yourself those moments of taking charge and not be and be the King of Cups and not be too concerned, because King of Cups isn't about tyranny and bad leadership. King of Cups is like, no, I'm confident that this is going to work, and even if it doesn't, I'm confident that the next thing will work and this is fine. So just bring more of that energy into your world and start, because a lot of people go, oh, I need all this physical energy. I'm going to run it. I'm going to run 10K tomorrow and get physical energy. And it doesn't work that way, right? Start with a frame of mind that lets you explore little things here, little things there, to find the things that are going to give you more energy. And just give yourself permission to be confident and not be too concerned about whether or not other people are, and like I said, whether or not other people are okay with it is a relative term, because sometimes life just gets in the way. But there's definitely ways around it to go, oh, this sounds like a really fun, give yourself something to look forward to. Oh, this weekend I'm going to go do this, and it doesn't have to be huge. This weekend I'm going to go down to the neighborhood pond and I'm just going to sit there and look at the water and meditate for half an hour. Give yourself a reason, and give yourself permission to think that's a great idea, because it is, and to look forward to it. That looking The excitement of looking forward to something already just brings energy into your world. So I'm gonna stop with that, because I think you've already got the tools. Like I said, the stereotypical stuff that people do. Oh, when I'm working out, I feel like I have all this energy. That's great, but when you first start working out, you don't feel like that, right? So I think you already have lots and lots of thoughts and ideas on what would. But thanks, Dryad. I am a lovely smile. When you are when you're trying to decide on these sort of things, it's always best to start small, work your way up to it. And I think you've already got ideas. I think coming straight to the chariot, it was like, you've already got ideas. You just need to start implementing some of them in ways that the King of Cups, that you would feel good about. And don't worry, small ways build up. Don't worry about other people. Just be confident. Sophie says, I have a thing I do now is I go to the local indie cafe in the morning, and it always gives me energy, not just because of the caffeine, but the vibe and the people are lovely. Yeah, exactly. We try to get out. We went ahead and got memberships to the community center, local community center. We went ahead and did that, and it's like getting out to the pool feels great. And we don't swim laps and think we're Olympic swimmers. We just get out there and fuck. Oh, so swim half a lap, float for a while, swim a quarter lap, float for a while, and come home. Just being around other people feels really energizing. I keep saying I want to start doing that. Get up in the morning, and we have a Denny's that's across the street, and I really could just take. I do like little crossword puzzles and stuff. I could walk over, take a crossword puzzle, grab a cup of coffee. Refills are free. And just sit there, do a puzzle, wake up, be around people. I could do that. And I keep thinking I might, but you're allowed to. You're allowed to. So just think about that sort of stuff. Okay, next. Who's next? Who's next? Yeah, see, I just, that's not me. It's the camera. Yeah, it's this camera. It's the webcam. Okay. Okay. Come on. Tay says, I have a new idea for my content. Should I go for it on my current channel or make a whole new one? I've got 4 channels. I'm weird. I started off with the main channel just so I could watch. I've never done anything with it at all. Oh no, I've got 3 channels. Sorry. I had a 4th channel because I had it, but then I realized I was just doing it weird. Then I started the sewing channel. Just for fun and stuff like that. But then I was also like talking about Etsy, like from the background end all the time. Like, you know, when you're setting up your Etsy account, do this, do this, do this. And I realized it was just too different. They were so unconnected that it was going to get confusing. So I started another channel, put that over there. Anyway, so today's question is, I have a new idea for content. Should I go for it on my current channel or make a whole new one? I'm not sure if it's going to give a great answer, but let's see what we get. Okay, that is the 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups is a choice. It's in reverse. 2 of Cups. Time to, okay. Okay. So 2 of Cups upright. I'm going to bring this over here. This is why I end up off the camera. 2 of Cups upright is time to connect with others, to celebrate and be joyful. Conflict can be settled. Time for a truce. That's the upright. Reversed, it says you are afraid of love and relationships, which is not the question, so that's not relevant here. You are terrified of rejection. So I would say that part of the reason why you're thinking about whether or not you should put it on a new channel is because they're conflicting enough that you're afraid that putting it up on your current channel is going to make people not mad. It's not like you're doing complete opposites or anything like that, but that people are going to go, I don't want that in this channel. I don't like you anymore, which is a different kind of a problem. And the Wheel of Fortune is reversed. So Wheel of Fortune, what comes up must come down. What comes down must go up. Let's see what it got. Let's see what this says. Of course, it's not going to give me the number. Okay, Wheel of Fortune here is reversed, and that is standing in the way of change. Clinging to outdated ideas may indicate unexpected interruptions or unpleasant surprises, lack of progress, misfortune. So again, we're back to the concern that it may not go well if you try to combine whatever the other type of content is. You're concerned that it may not go well, but the problem is you're concerned that it may not go well if you put it on your current channel. You're also concerned it may not go well if you start another channel. So you're kind of between a rock and a hard place right now with this. What goes up must go down. What goes down must go up. And you're really not sure where this other content is going to put you. So what I would say I will skip the reading and go to Professional Advice 101. Ask your subscribers. Say, hey, I had this idea and I'd love to put it on the channel. I don't want to screw anybody. You know, what do you guys think? If I just ask nicely. Hey, if I put this on, is this something you want to see on the channel? And if they say, oh, I'm not really sure it's a good fit, they'll be nice. Most people are nice. And if it's like, okay, well, if you're not sure, if you know, oh, okay, well, if it's not going to fit, I'll go ahead and put it on another channel. That's what I did with my Etsy stuff. I put it on another channel because it's like, it's fine. If your current channel is big enough, people will enjoy seeing it as a little perk now and again. And if your channel is not big enough, then now's the time to make mistakes anyway. So who cares? But if it's completely unrelated to what you're currently doing and you don't want to get them mixed up with each other, then you should probably go ahead and do it. But the bigger problem is you need to sort out how you feel about it. And once you sort out your feelings on the matter, like, why is it a concern for me? Once you answer that question for yourself, why am I concerned about this? That will give you your answer. I'm concerned that it's going to piss off my current viewers and just people are just not going to want to be around me anymore. Okay, then that's your answer. Don't put it on your channel. I'm concerned it won't be. I'm concerned that they may not like it or that it's just not going to. I'm concerned. And then you find out, oh, it's not a concern. Don't worry about it. So figure out why you're concerned. If there's people in your world that you can confide in, talk to them and say, hey, I was thinking about doing this. What do you think? Take an informal poll among your friends. Take a formal poll on your channel. So yeah, the answer is based on how you, the answer is based on why you're asking the question. Does that sound weird? It's a kind of a twist, but that's what it is. Anyway, not exactly a very informative answer, but the best I can do. Okay, that goes there. Should I do a master's in archaeology? I'm not sure if you had a second question as well about whether or not you should do that, or what was it, write a book? I forget what that was. Oh, I'm sorry. I had the wrong thing open. I didn't see Tay's comments at all. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Tay says yes, or maybe it's a bad idea in general and shouldn't be done at all. That's Tay referring to the thing. That might be the case. That might be the case. Every now and again, like, I mean, Lisa and I talk about, oh, I should do this on my channel. Every now and again, we come up with an idea for Lisa's channel and go, that's going to be weird. That's not going to work. We just don't do it. Don't forget, it's your channel, it's your content, it's your rules. And if you're not sure that it's going to go over well, you don't have to do it today. You don't have to do it at all. You can do it anyway, review it, then decide what you think about it, then decide whether or not you're going to post it. Until it's actually uploaded on your channel and live, it can't affect you. It won't affect you. So, yeah, just figure out what figure out where your feelings are landing, and that will really help you decide what you should or shouldn't do about it. You could ask in your channel in a general way. I was thinking about doing a video talking about blah. What do you guys think? And people will give you, for the most part, people will give you fair, honest, kind feedback. Yeah, I want to know what the weird things are. No. Okay. I'm not telling you, Sophie. Oh, no. No, I was just chatting with Tay, and I'm getting on to Mira's asking about doing a master's in archaeology. This is kind of a yes-no question, and I don't usually get the yes-no answer, so we'll see. The Hermit. So I'm going to stop at just the one card. The Hermit is about introspection. The Hermit is about taking some you time. So I'll read what the Hermit says. There he is. Wisdom beyond, okay, the key words are wisdom beyond years, good teacher, seeking solitude, compassion, self-sufficient, a need to withdraw from society to be able to investigate the self more fully. The lantern symbolizes a need to share insight and knowledge with others. So doing a master's, it's a pretty involved process. And I've never been to college, so that's about as far as I can say on it. Doing a master's is a pretty involved process. Getting the Hermit like this, and I know you made another comment as well, and I don't have it here. La 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 la. Yeah, should I focus on writing or archaeology? So basically, what the Hermit is saying is, and I'll get another card up here, and we'll see. The High Priestess. So you're getting to. So basically, this is you're making a major life decision. Deciding what you're doing next, whether or not you're going to stay with archaeology or focus on writing. This is a major life decision that you're making. And I mean, it's major. Two major arcana in a row. The Hermit is about introspection and thinking on the self, on what you want, what you need, what works for you. This is the all about you card, right? Looking inward card. And then you've got the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is about, here's the keywords. I'm over here up to the side, I'm too lazy to pick it up is what's going on. High Priestess, intuitive understanding, staying passive, seeing the potential, sensing the mystery, patience, calm. The emphasis is on the spiritual. That's back to the Hermit again, okay? May have sexual overtones. Now, if your decision may impact a romantic relationship that you're currently having, then yes, sexual overtones would apply. It's not about sex, but it's about, based on the question, the answer isn't about sex, but the fact that sexual overtones is listed here is indicating that that it could impact a current relationship. Sorry, I'm almost dropping my cards. Let's put them over here. I keep holding them. Okay. The emphasis is on the spiritual. Have confidence in your senses and intuitions. Could be a magical time for love. Okay, so High Priestess, this decision will have an impact on a probably romantic relationship. Doesn't necessarily, well, no, it's very clear that it's got a romantic overtone. So before you are not ready to decide yet, is what I'm seeing here. You are ready to do the pros and cons, to think about what's going to happen. There is another person. There is. It's indicating that there's probably another person involved. Now, this could be that if you are currently in a relationship, going a master's is an involved process. What's going on here? What's that? Oh, geez, I took the wrong comment. Okay. So I know going back for a master's is a very intensive process that takes time, energy. It takes a lot of your focus. I knew one person who went back to their master's while working a full-time job, and she kind of joked about how it damn near killed her. That kind of energy, right? She was that's all she did day or night. So if you're going back to a master's while you're currently working, it's going to impact any romantic relationship that you have. Absolutely, there's no way around it, right? What I'm seeing here is that you're not ready to make the decision because it's a big decision that's going to have a big impact on your life. And I think what you're trying to do is decide first and then sort out how it's going to work. And I think what you need to do is okay, I want to do this. How can I make it work? That's normal. That's common. That's how you do it. But it's like, if I basically, okay, you're at this point where you've sorted it out. I need to make this decision between these things. Now you need to sort out so instead of saying, I'm going to decide this and then figure out how it's going to work, what you need to be doing is going, I want to decide whether or not I should go back for archaeology. I need to do this inward work. I need to do this self work to decide how I'm going to make that work before I make the final decision. Right? So that's the stage that you're at right now. And honestly, it's very much up in the air. I would say it's very much up in the air because, or maybe the decision itself may not be up in the air, but your awareness of how it's going to impact you is very much up in the air. And I think once you sort out how it's most likely going to impact you, it will make it very, very, very easy for you to make the decision. I don't think it's a hard decision. I think you don't have all the information yet. And the information that you need is related to how it's going to affect you on an interpersonal level, how it's going to affect your personal growth, the growth of your relationships and things like that. And once you get that sorted out, you'll have your answer. Okay, do that. I'm doing it right. This is awesome. I hope that was good. I'm going to get the next question up so I can get, basically I'm going into, I have two things that I'm looking at. One is the actual chat, and then the other one is the list of questions. Peggy and Lisa, do a thirst trap video. I don't even know how I would do a video like that. Okay. So I hope that was a helpful answer. That gave you information that you can work with. Like I said, I've never really had a lot of success with getting an answer. I've gotten success with what do you need to do to get to make the best possible decision for yourself. And I do think that is what you need to make the best possible decision. Okay, so JTK Love Letter, will we have a great trip? What can I expect? So again, you're probably not going to get a yes or a no, but let's see what you do get. Okay. Ooh, okay, I'm just going to stop at 2. I don't think I need to go very far. I'll pull another one if I need to, but I don't think I need to. It's 4 o'clock now, so I've got 7 readings left on my list. I can probably get through them all, but I definitely want to be done by 4:30. It's 4 o'clock my time right now, and I want to try to be done right around 4:30 my time. I don't think I have enough space for more questions, but we'll figure it out. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so this is the 8 of Wands reversed. I do like this cheat sheet. I'm kind of liking it. It's not slowing me down significantly. Like I said, this is called Tarot Guide. It's basic Tarot Guide, and it's by Stephen Major. I have no idea if you can buy these online or not. Oh, and it's got other basic stuff. It's got yeah, this is a single keyword one here, a single keyword sheet here for the minor arcana. it talks a little bit the general idea behind reversals. Generally, it's very general. Meditation, tarot, and numerology. So what numbers go with what numerological numbers go with each card? Or no, yeah, every card has a numerological association. I don't know. Frequently asked, what deck should I get? Rider Waite. I'm just looking at the cheat sheet. I got it strictly for the cheat sheet. So I'm not even going to try and pretend that I had bigger, badder ideas with that. So wands. Okay, so 7 of wands. I'm sorry, 8 of wands. You act quickly and bring things to a good conclusion. You receive an important revealing message. That is upright. This is reversed. And this is regarding a trip. So what can you expect? Worn out, lack of energy and motivation, slow in take-up, slow in moving in the right direction. So your trip is going to, you're going to expect to have a very tiring trip. Okay. As a matter of fact, I want to go back. I thought I got very similar. I got a very similar reading for somebody else early on. I'm bad at remembering. Once it's out of my head, it stays out. Somebody else got a very similar reading. And this is the Hangman. This is the focus. This is the thing you should focus on. And the Hangman is all about life in suspension. So this is upright. You were at the crossroads. A sacrifice has to be made to bring new energy into the matter, a matter of transformation and transition. But it's also about rebirth, flexibility, emotional release, acceptance, new possibility. It's also about life in suspension. So yeah, of course, while you're on vacation, nothing's getting done. You're going to come home to find out things haven't been done, that there's things you need to work on. A sacrifice has to be made to bring new energy to the matter. When it comes to something as simple as traveling, then I'm going to say the sacrifice that needs to be made is don't overplan your days to the point where you're exhausted. You're going to have a great trip because you've got a lot going on. There's a lot that you can do. There's a lot of things that you can do to keep yourself busy, keep yourself but you could run the risk of coming back, needing a vacation from your vacation. There's a reason why that's a joke that goes around all the time, right? So yeah, so just you've got a lot planned for your trip, so you may want to make a list of things that you can just, if we don't have time, we shouldn't do this. If we don't have time, we shouldn't do that. Or if we must do all the things, can we expand our trip by 2 or 3 days? Make sure we get it all done. I don't know. You got a lot of stuff that you got the risk of coming home tired. But usually that means you're really busy. Oh, the other one was temperance. They got temperance for their trip. Honestly, when it comes to vacation time, there's always that tendency to want to do all the things, to just every a mile a minute fun. So yeah, don't give into the temptation to do all the things. That's the Hermit. I mean, the Hangman here isn't big life mysteries being revealed. It's how to manage your vacation. So you're fine. Yep, my webcam is dying. I knocked the cord and it immediately cut out. I didn't knock the cord that time. Don't worry, if it changes, I'll just start holding the cards up right. I'll just change the camera angle around and start. Oh wow, it just really hates me. No, it says this was caused by an unstable internet connection, but it's not. It is the webcam is dying. This is why Lisa bought a new webcam recently, is because this one was starting to show signs that it was flaking out, and now I guess we have the proof of it. So I guess she bought one at the right time. This webcam I'm using has got to be at least 10 years old, like at least. So yeah, take that one out. Okay, we got here, Sophie. If you are still taking questions, am I trusting the wrong people in my life? Well, you're trusting me to answer this fucking question. Like, hello. Should I be keeping my cards closer to my chest? Pun unintended. Okay. Am I trusting the wrong people in my life? What? Yeah, you're ruining the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was fine until you showed up. She's sucking up all the Wi-Fi from work. Okay. Am I trusting the wrong people in my life? Should I be keeping my cards closer to my chest? Yeah, Doesn't mean everybody, but some of them. There are some people in your life that you should be a little bit more careful of. We'll start with 2 because I'm just running out of time. So we'll start with 2 and see what we can get out of them. So that is the. I literally have to count those wands sometimes, and I bloody well know better. That is the 10 of Wands. Don't overextend yourself. This is in reverse. You feel burdened and cannot relax. Life seems an uphill struggle. When it's reversed, you are running away from your responsibilities and capable of staying on top of things. Fearful. I'm going to go to fearful. Like, I mean, this is a burden and struggle card. It's in reverse. So your question is, am I trusting the wrong people in your life? It doesn't mean you're trusting all the wrong. It doesn't mean you're trusting. It doesn't mean everybody in your life is the wrong person. Okay, let me say this the right way. There are some times that you can't trust your own spouse. Let's say it that way because Lisa's here. No, like, I mean, if I'm saying, oh, hey, I'm trying to sort out blah, and Lisa has no information on the topic, and she goes, well, I'm wondering, well, do you think blah might be a good idea? And I go, yeah, I'm going to go with that. I trust you, right? But because she hasn't got any experience, I don't know if that's going to help or not. I think the webcam's dying because it's only the webcam that's fucking up. That's my wife. I'm just answering her question. Anyway, okay, the webcam. So Lisa could say to me right now, oh, try this, because that's the responsible, logical thing that should be done to check out how this webcam's working. This makes sense. She is at work. I am here. I'm not going to trust her advice because I'm not familiar with how this goes. If something goes wrong, I'll lose the stream and won't be able to get it back. So in that moment, I can't trust her. Does that make sense? Doesn't mean that she's not untrustworthy. So you might be getting advice, information. You might be trusting people who don't actually. You might be trusting advice that you're getting from people who aren't actually qualified, or they're qualified, but the situation is not working. Yeah, okay, as long as it makes sense to you. Okay, because Lisa's okay. For those who may have come in and not, Lisa is on the chat right now, but she's at work, at her day job. She's not home. If I have a problem and I trust her advice, I could lose the whole stream. Boop, it goes down. Obviously, it's not a big earth-shattering. Sophie doesn't get her response, her answer, but it's not the end of the world. But it also means I can't trust her advice right now. Not because she's untrustworthy, not because she hasn't. Oh, hey, Nancy. I'm not to say that I don't trust my wife because she's untrustworthy. I cannot trust my wife's advice right now because the situation doesn't let me fix the problem if her advice turns out to be a bad idea at the moment. I'm picking up that sense because when this card is upright, it means you're taking it all on. You're taking on all the burdens. You're doing this, you're doing that. It means you're overwhelmed. And when it comes to trusting people in your life, it means you're overwhelmed with good intentions, good intention resulting in bad advice. When it's reversed, there can be some people in your it's not everybody, but there's, oh, okay, it's the end of the world if I lose the stream and Sophie doesn't get her reading. I'm so sorry. Sophie's the resident troublemaker. Mom is scared with all the darkness going on in the world. Yeah, that can be a thing. But anyway, okay, so that's the intuitive thing that I'm saying is that I don't think there's necessarily malicious people in your world, but I think there's people that are really adamant that they're giving you good advice, that, oh, you should trust me because, but they're not really in a position for what they're suggesting to make any sense whatsoever. Okay, next card, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, Queen of Wands, Queen of Wands. And they're both wands. Wands is, let me see if I could, oh yeah, Wands associates with the elements of fire and relates to primal energy, spirituality, determination, strength, originality, ambition, and expansion. The reverse cards express negative aspects of the above, such as egotistical behavior, lack of direction, and inner emptiness. Well, there you go. So yeah, you've got people that are trying, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And it's not necessarily that they're toxic, it's that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And the Queen of Wands reversed is your efforts to dominate and intimidate are not working. You lack faith and insight. Ooh, dominate and intimidate. There's something. Okay. Dominate and intimidate. If you're being overwhelmed by bad advice, then this literally just means you're not trying to dominate and intimidate, but you are trying to stand up for yourself, and it's not necessarily working because you're being overwhelmed, because this is overwhelming you. You're being overwhelmed by good intentioned bad advice. You lack faith and insight. So yeah, if you've got 10 people telling you that, okay, 10 of you guys right now could give me the exact same advice as to how to figure out why this webcam is doing what it is, and I'm going to ignore every one of you because none of you are actually with me in the room, so that if something goes wrong, hey, this went wrong, can you take over and fix it for me? That won't happen. You guys will just all be gone, right? I won't take the advice. That's the situation that you're sometimes finding yourself in. That's great advice, but if I do this, I'm not in a position to get myself out of this, because that's kind of where you're stuck. That's kind of where you're stuck. That's what's going on. That's kind of what's going on with you right now. And some of the people that you are trusting is because they're very, very strong in their opinions and very, very weak in their every asshole. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So you've got a few of those in your life. They've got lots and lots of opinions, but they don't really know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah, Ann says it's better not to take advice from me when it comes to webcams anyway. But it doesn't matter. You could have the best advice in the world for me, Kay. But if I don't execute, if you say, Peggy, you should do this, and then I do it and go, oh, gee, it turns out the webcam really was broken, I'm now offline with no way to get back on until somebody comes home that knows what they're doing, like my wife, and helps me get back online. Because for starters, she's got to get me into her channel. Did I just quote The Witcher? What did I say? I usually say shit that sounds like shit, so that could be I might have just quoted The Witcher. Who knows? Anyway, yeah. So it's not about trust. It's not about trusting them as people, but don't always trust. Don't trust what they're saying, and it's not necessarily. There might be a couple. There's always everybody's got some ass hat in the wings waiting to make their life shitty. I don't think you've got people that are out to get you in your circle. I think you've got people that actually mean well, and this can't pull it off. Okay. Do you sense my son Zach will reach out to me this year or next year? Again, I don't usually get definitive answers like that. I get the what do you need to do? I don't know. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Well, I get a lot of anxiety over this. This is a question that's keeping you up at night. It's in reverse, so let's see what it says. Okay, upright, you worry too much, you feel too anxious and disturbed. Why suffer such anguish? Consider the options. Now, in reverse, it says, when you had a chance to deal with the problems, you wasted it. Now all of this is coming back to haunt you. This is haunting you. This is whatever's going on is haunting you, and whatever you think you could have done to prevent it, mitigate it, deal with it, whatever opportunity you see that you missed, it's already done, and it's already done. So continuing, you can't. Let's draw a couple more cards because so that's about relationships. So, and this is, okay, I already know what this is, but we'll go through it anyway. Okay, this is about the anxiety and this is about anxiety and okay, you're worried about nothing. Well, there something is going on that gave you the anxiety. You feel like you bear some of the blame, which is increasing your anxiety, and you're so stuck in the anxiety that you're so stuck in the anxiety that you're kind of like just living there, right? But the Lovers is about relationships, and the Lovers is about the communication, forming the bonds, doing the this, doing the that. So this reading is not about whether or not he's going to reach out, but the reading is about what you need to do so that when he reaches out, you are in the best possible position to bring the right kind of energy and the right kind of communication to the table so that you have the best chance of sorting out whatever is going on. The Lovers, come on, I know you're here. Where'd you go? And again, the Lovers isn't always about the Lovers is about relationships, not always sexual. When you get the Lovers in a parent-child relationship, obviously it's about the parent-child bond. And it represents love and relationships, soulmates, partners, in a broader sense, all things that require harmony and parties are included. So focus on the relationship. Stop focusing on your anxiety and start focusing on the relationship that you have, the relationship that you want. Focus on, focus on, focus on the things that you want out of the relationship, the things that you want to bring to the relationship, how you want it to look, how you want it to evolve, and what you want to look like. Now, this is the Four of Cups. It is reversed. So, and I'm trying to get through these quickly because I've got 15 minutes and 5 to go. Okay, Four of Cups is, I'm going to read it right from the thing. You are too focused on your own feelings, self-absorbed, too dreamy. There are many points of view. Okay, so that's upright. Now, reversed, it's stop avoiding issues and face the truth. You are uncertain and anxious about an issue. So whatever's going on, this is a major arcana. This is the focus, right? You are not in a good position. Whether or not this person reaches out to you, you're not in a good position to make the best of it until you resolve the anxiety by focusing on what you want. How do you want to stop wallowing? I mean, that's the blunt thing, and stop overly focusing on you're avoiding the issue. Anything that whatever issue is in the way here, whatever that is, anything that you can do to make that easier on yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to involve the other person, but so worrying about it and overly focusing on the wrong things and trying to avoid those things are what you need to resolve, so that when it happens, obviously you're not going to get this kind of a reading if it's a never, never, never. Okay, you're not going to get that kind of reading. But you have to resolve your own anxieties. You have to resolve, just, you have to work on, you have to work on your end of things, even if the only thing you can do is stay calm, relax, blah, 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 blah. That might, there might not be a lot of things that you can do about it, but keeping yourself at maximum anxiety over it is not going to put you in the right frame of mind, so that when you do hear from him, you're not going to handle it well. So your job is to work on the anxiety part of it and work on those things that you're avoiding, so that you can be in a position to handle it well, so that you get the best possible outcome when you do hear from him. Okay, next. What's next? That and that. Nope. I did it right. Okay, if I took part in Nanowrimo this autumn, what could I expect? Too much stress, personal benefits, waste of time, etc. Lisa does Nanowrimo. So I don't know that I need to draw a lot of cards. Let's see. The world. That's what you can expect. The world's reversed, and the world doesn't incomplete. Doesn't matter. The world is all about just doing it for the sake of doing it. You are experiencing the world through fear and anxiety. So yeah, everything is difficult and frustrating. The more you shy away from it, the harder it'll get. When the world is upright, your hard work has brought a cycle of life to a successful conclusion. A new cycle will begin soon. Broaden your horizons and proceed with confidence. Either way, I'm going to say proceed with confidence, because Nanowrimo, because I have, okay, and Nanowrimo is a month, is a November, National November Writing Month or something like that. And I forget what the NA stands for. It's a writing thing where you try to write, I think it's 50,000 words in a month. It doesn't, but the thing is the vast majority of people who do NaNoWriMo don't complete it, which I happen to know by happenstance, that I happen to know because my wife has done NaNoWriMo. Some years she completes it, some years she doesn't, but it's always worth it. And even when the world is reversed, it's about, yeah, go ahead and do it. Just you're not going to know if you don't try. So if it's stress, you'll learn a little bit about your stress. If there's personal benefits, you'll learn it. If it's a waste of time, you'll learn that. Most people don't finish it, so I wouldn't worry too much about it one way or the other. But yeah, you got the world. It's not worth it. Okay, let's see if I did that right. Oh, that's what I do. Oh, it stays up. Okay. Is now the time to come out of the broom closet to my family, or should I wait? Okay. Honestly, I literally wrote an article about coming out of the closet. And the article that I wrote about coming out of the closet was obviously about the gay closet, but it applies to every closet known to mankind. And honestly, I don't want to draw a card. I don't want to draw a card. So I'm going to do this instead. And I'm going to tell you what I said I'm going to try and remember off the top of my head what I wrote in the article. And that is, when you come out of the closet, and it doesn't matter what kind of a closet it is, when you come out of the closet, there's always a risk. Because will they accept you? Will they be okay with it? Will they ask you to leave? Are you relying on them for your livelihood? And you have to answer a whole lot of questions first. Will your friends be okay with it? Do you have a support system in place? So if you're in a situation where you're relying on your family monetarily because they're the ones putting you through college, I would say no. If your family has a history of saying, "Oh, we don't like that," if your family is born again Christians, over the top, blah 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 blah, and they're paying for your college, you probably need to keep your mouth shut. I can draw a card for you, and I will draw a card for you, but I'll lecture you first. And the reality is that there are people, depending on what kind of a closet is you're coming out of, there are people who will never speak to you again. If you already know by experience that your personal friend and family circle has people in it that, like in my case, we've already got gay relatives, nobody cares. Yeah, I'm coming out. Oh, we've got one gay relative. In my case, we've got one gay relative and nobody in the family talks to that person. I'm going to wait for a bit. Your personal safety, your sense of personal safety, your sense of family, your sense of everything else changes the minute you come out. So what you have to decide is, am I mature enough to handle those changes? Am I in a situation where those changes, do you work for your family? Do you work in the family business and you're going to get fired if you come out because if your family owns the local Christian bookstore, you're not in a position to come out of the broom closet until you have another job lined up so that you can financially support yourself. If you live at home and you've got no savings, then you need to think about, maybe if I'm not sure, I should think about saving some money first. Now, in the original article that I wrote, this was like, oh my God, 25 years ago now I wrote this article, and it was everywhere on the internet when I wrote it. It really took off. I just kind of released it to the wall. They didn't know, nobody paid me for it. I didn't ask to get paid for that one. But if you're just informing them and don't give a shit, absolutely, come out now. Come out now. If you already know for a fact that there are people in your family that have really strong opinions and you're not ready to cut ties or have those ties be cut for you, then you might not be, then it's not a matter of whether or not you're ready. Are you ready for the consequences? And that was the basis of the article. Are you ready for the consequences of this process? Are you ready for the consequences of coming out if it goes badly? And now 25 years ago when I wrote this article, that included violence. That included, are you ready for the possibility of physical violence? That's not such a big issue now. And you're not talking about, oh, I do tarot isn't the same kind of a thing. But my general advice is to always wait long enough to make a pro and con list. Wait long enough to make sure that you can financially or otherwise support yourself if you're in that situation. Not wait forever, but like, okay, well, if I tell my parents that I'm a pagan, there's a really good chance that my dad's going to kick me out. Do you have an apartment lined up, or a friend that can take you in, that's already agreed to take you in if things go badly? Do you have your important stuff out of the house in case things go so badly that it's like, oh, okay, you're what? Yeah, okay, get your coat on. You're not coming back. You're leaving now. Those type of extreme reactions are thankfully rare, but they exist. And like I said, when I wrote this article 25 years ago, they existed pretty commonly in the queer community, right? That's why I wrote it. So my personal advice from me to you is make sure the practical matters of your living, of where you're living, how you're supporting yourself, the people that matter in your life, make sure all of those practical matters are dealt with first before you even think about it. Because I hear it constantly. I still hear it in the queer community. I came out and I came out of the closet, my parents kicked me out of the house. And it's like, I want to be sympathetic, but I also want to say, why didn't you talk to somebody before you came out to make sure you had all your shit lined up so that if that happened to you, you weren't going straight from, hey mom, I'm a pagan, to, hey, I'm on the street and I don't know what to fucking do. Anyway, that's just, that's just generic information for the world at large. So I'm not even looking at comments right now. I just got off of my thing and I was like, I need to just say it. There's no good way to say it. There's no good way to say it. Like, I mean, that none of that shit happened to me. Anyway. Pardon me, I'm just catching up on the chat. Okay, and I'm on my, yeah, sorry, I didn't see your comments, Jack. Jackie, sorry, I didn't see your comments. I just was like, I'm just going to say it before I even respond or think about it. I'm on my own now, married and 51, worried about my parents not wanting anything to do with me, very religious. Yeah, so, like I said, I'll draw a card, absolutely, but my personal advice, based on what I've seen in the gay community, because a closet is a closet and the world is full of them, right, is that a lot of people, yeah, if they don't want anything to do with you because they're very religious, then you need to be prepared for that first. That's always my advice to anybody who asks. And yeah, the cards is the 6 of Wands. Let's see if it agrees with me. Sorry, I'm getting snippy again. All that dust. 6 of Wands reversed. Deserved success not happening. Progress is frustrated and delayed. Significant defeat is possible. Yeah, so I think that just backed up everything that I just said. It's not, there's no guarantee that they'll be okay with it. It's quite likely that it's going to be the exact opposite. And honestly, you just need to decide. If they decide they can't handle it, are you going to beg them to forgive you? Or are you going to go, okay then. Okay, it was good knowing you. Okay, well, you have my number. When you come around, let me know. And that's something else that happens too. One thing that I will say is once you do come out, well, I'm not accepting that. Okay, then I'm going to get going now. And once you have had some time to think about it, you can let me know later. Don't get involved in that. That immediate gut reaction stage is when they say the shitty things that you will not be able to forgive them for. So it's like, as if you tell them and they don't take it well, get the fuck out, hang up, do whatever you need to do as soon as possible to prevent them from saying the things to you that are going to make you hate them. That's just, yeah, it's got the world. Okay, next, I'm back off my high horse here. Okay, do that. Yeah, I get it. You know, there's a saying, closets are for clothes, but we don't face consequences for taking our clothes out of the closet. So, okay, last question. I thought I had 2 left. I've only got 1 because I already answered that question. It was a question I already did. Okay. I'm nervous going to my, I'm reading the question. I haven't even put it up on the screen yet. This is the last question. 4:28. Can I do it in 2 minutes? I know I can't. I talk way too much. I'm nervous going to my boyfriend's. I got to say this slowly so I make sure I get the right connections. I'm nervous going to my boyfriend's daughter's grad party on Biomom's home turf in her backyard in June. My boyfriend's daughter and I get along well, and she asked me to be there. How will the party go? The Fool, King of Swords, 8 of Swords. Okay, well, you're feeling trapped, but there is a way out. Okay, the 8 of Swords, I'm just going to do the Fool. The Fool reversed is obviously the focus of this. I just shove it right off the camera. Fool reversed is the focus. You got the King of Swords, which is about just, yeah, I'm in charge. This is what I'm going to do. But the 8 of Swords is about feeling trapped, even though, because you're blindfolded, you can't see the solution, but it's there. So you just feel trapped instead. So let's just go over this. This is not a bad reading, I don't think. Anybody else have thoughts and opinions? Obviously, by the way, now that it's 4:30 and almost time for me to go, and I forgot to do this, somebody needs to remind me what we did the last time, and a couple of people actually did join in, was that when you ask, I'm gonna have the question ready properly for next time. I'll do this in a minute. I'll try and keep track of this. But sometimes other people were also drawing cards in the chat if the person asking the question gave permission for that. And it added a whole new level to it, and people were really enjoying it. And I forgot until just now. Anyway, the Fool reversed. Stagnation, loss of faith is the keyword. Stagnation, loss of faith, fearlessness, folly, carelessness, silly risks. Ill-advised risks, impulsive action, choices and rash decisions, foolishness, gambling, instability, wasting of creative energy, caution and rethinking advised. So caution and rethinking advised. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't go, but rethinking how you want that to look is probably really in your best interest. Like maybe don't plan on going for the whole thing. Maybe rethink your current relationship with Biomom and let that inform how you're going to behave or not behave during the event. If you normally get along with her, then going might be a good opportunity for you to build a better bond with her as co-parent, not as parents, but as a co-parenting situation. Like some of these situations, the stepmom and the biomom are become like sisters. They get so close. Possibility. Hi, Bruno. He can tell time. Here he is. Oh, he's going to lay down over here. Okay, so the King of Swords. Swords is obviously usually involving conflict, but it's also intellect, is it not? Ambition, action, courage, and conflict. Courage, okay? You are comfortable in your world. Powerful intellect, just and ethical views, analytical, articulate mind. You're smart enough to work your way through this. You're smart enough. You are smart enough to figure out a way through this. You just have to rely on that. You have to rely on yourself to be able to think. Hi, Bruno. Hi, you're a good boy. See, Bruno is right here. Okay. Oh, I must have. I got to figure out what keyword I said, because once you say a keyword, Bruno shows up. Okay. 8 of Swords. Come on, where is it? You are feeling bound and restricted. You're feeling like you can't say no, like you have to go, and that you have to go on everybody else's terms. Okay. You are feeling bound and restricted. You cannot move. It's very confusing. You feel powerless and victimized. I mean, obviously, you're not feeling like anybody's the bad guy here, but you're feeling like, oh, woe is me. Oh, woe is me. Whatever shall I do? Okay, relationship with her is rocky, but I am civil. Okay. Let me see. I've got some personal advice, but that's a whole different thing. If you're up for the personal advice, I'm happy to add it. Yeah, so you cannot move. It's very confusing. You feel powerless and victimized. And this is one of the first things that Lisa showed me about the card. Let's see if I can get it to this camera. See that? Okay, you're feeling bound and blindfolded, surrounded by swords. But look at that big fucking gap. You can just walk forward and walk away. So if you already so basically, let me draw a couple more cards on this. I mean, the Fool is all about the adventure, all about this, all about that. Oh, sorry, Dendrain. This is my last reading. I'm just about to get off because Lisa's coming home soon. Yeah, so the Fool reverses stagnation, loss of faith. So you're civil but rocky relationship, but you're civil. So you're not necessarily trusting that this is going to go. You're not trusting that this is going to go well. I think, like, talk to your boyfriend for starters. Hey, what do you think? I want to be able. I don't want to wreck this for her. This sort of thing. Whoops. Would help if I had the deck held properly. I'm holding it upside down. So let's see. Page of Wands is come on. Your charm. Oh, okay. Reversed. You are trying way too hard and your efforts may fail. Be sincere and honest. Stop manipulating. No, that's the wrong one. I read the wrong card. Page of Wands. Don't allow yourself to become a bully and mean-spirited person. No need to show off or brag. So, like, and Queen of Pentacles. Let's see. I don't think it's about showing off or bragging, but I do think it's about being put in a position where that's how you're going to be perceived. That might be how you're going to be perceived. So if you go, call ahead. Hey, if they're having a celebration in their backyard, call ahead. Hey, can I bring something? And bring only that. Don't go over and above, right? Ask your stepdaughter, hey, I might not be able to stay for the whole thing. Is that going to be okay? That way, if you have to leave, you can make a simple excuse and just leave, and you can de-escalate. So be careful of going over and above to the point where it looks like you're showing off. That's definitely a tendency I've seen in step parenting situations. So I'm not trying to make any assumptions on what that means. But this is just ending up everywhere. The cloth is sliding. It's Lisa's fault. I'm blaming her. And Queen of Pentacles. Come on, which Pentacles? There it is. I got dog hair up my nose. I'm sniffing again. And that's also reversed. And that is, you are such a show. Yep, see, it says you're such a show off. You lack taste and sensitivity to those around you. Wake up. And I don't think that's the case. I think that's how you're perceived. I don't think that's what's going on here, because this is not that kind of an interpretation doesn't fit with the reading, with the topic. So I do think that you're in a position where you might be being perceived that way. Oh, I'm sorry I missed your question, but Lisa and I are figuring we're probably going to do these every couple of weeks. But yeah, it's already way past time, and I am so sorry that I missed you. I thought I got everybody. So basically, whatever you're doing, keep it low key. Keep it low key. Keep yourself low key. Yeah, I'm not really sure what kind of advice to give. Just that both of these cards are talking about showing off, and that is not specific. It's not specifically relevant. This is not the kind of reading where you're showing off, but it's definitely the kind of reading where you said the relationship is rocky, but you're civil, which means that it's probably really, really easy for them to accuse you of that. So with that being the situation, and Five of Swords is about like unnecessary Five of Swords. Yeah, too many issues remain unresolved. You are troubled and your mind is conflicted and uneasy. So what I'm seeing here is the very stereotypical step-parent situation. And just, you're smart enough to get through it. You're smart enough to figure it out. The two cards about showing off is, I think that is the piece that is keeping the relationship rocky, because I think that's how you're being perceived. So I think that give that some thought. That's what's causing the Eight of Swords for you, is that's how you're being perceived. So see if there's ways that you can, like I said, if you have her number, call her up. Oh, hey, I'm just checking in. Daughter invited me to her grad at your place. And obviously, since this is all about her, I just want to find out what you think. Is there anything I could bring? Is there anything I could do to help out? No, it's okay. Okay, not a problem. Well, just so you know, if you need anything, I'm here. And then shut up. Little things, little teeny tiny things. I do think that have an excuse ready so you can leave early, and you should be fine. But that's the best advice I could give. I don't think I can really say much else. I hope it was useful advice. But no, that's it. That's the readings. I'm so sorry I missed Dindrain. Wait a second. What was your question? Lisa's still commenting. She's still at work. Lisa is still at work. Okay, so I'm going to do a reading for you. I'm going to do your reading, Dindrain. I hope you're still here. Page of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. Okay. I got to get Dindrain's question. Here we go. That's for Dindrain. Should I focus on... What should I focus on in my career change? Well, the first one is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is... Sorry to do this right at the last second. Okay, Page of Swords is trust in your abilities. Trust in your abilities, use your mind, act with honesty, and face the facts. Have fortitude and remain optimistic. So that's what you should be focusing on. Focus on your strengths. Focus on your strengths. That's exactly how you would read that card. Focus on your strengths. Be confident in your. Every single time you make a change, there's shit tons of stuff to learn. So be aware of what your strengths are, and be confident in your strengths, because you're going to have a lot of things that you're not going to be confident in to begin with as you learn the new process. Now, this is the 5 of coins. Next, the card mitigating being confident about your strengths is the 5 of coins, and that is 5 of pentacles. Sorry, I've been calling it coins forever, and I don't know why. I don't think I have any decks that call it a coin. A troubling time, which may bring losses, even ill health. You lack support and feel excluded. Now, remember, on this one here, you lack support and feel excluded, but that's because of choices. Now, in this card, they're struggling. They're on the street. They're struggling. They're going through the snow, right? But just behind them, all they got to do is go around the corner and find the door and get into that room. So focus on your strengths, because you're going to be dealing with this. That's just a given in career changes. There's no way around that. Everybody has new kid syndrome when they're starting something new. So while you're dealing with that, focus on don't rely strictly on your skills, but remember, the North remembers. They also say winter is coming, but that's a whole different problem, right? So you do have support there. So there are supports there, but you may have to go looking for them, right? But the base skills that you're bringing to this new career are still valid, and just don't forget that. Ace of Cups is on that side. Ace of Cups. And that one's reversed. Why are your emotions so blocked? Your creativity is suppressed. So are your psychic abilities. So this is new kid syndrome right here. This is new kid syndrome. This is like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a right to speak my mind. Why should I? It's like I've only been doing this for 5 minutes. Blah 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 blah. This is new kid syndrome in a card. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to be wrong, because you're still learning. Don't be afraid to speak up and say, hey, I have a couple of ideas here. Does this make sense? And don't be afraid of that. But like I said, while you're dealing with new kid syndrome, you're going to be, this is new kid syndrome in a card, right? Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I'm in this job now for a reason, because I'm bringing relevant skills to the table. So does this help? Does this not help? Blah, 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 blah. So that's what's to focus on. Very quick, very to the point. I hope it's helpful. But yeah, you're bringing valid skills to the table. New kid syndrome goes away in time. Be aware of it. Don't be afraid of it. I have seen people I've seen qualified people walk into a job, and after 2 or 3 days of new kid syndrome, they walk the fuck out again. Oh, this job's bullshit. And it's like, no, you're not giving it a chance. You're feeling overwhelmed because, well, I did this in my last job and this is different. It's like, no, it's different. There's things about it that are different, but you'll be fine. You got to get past new kid syndrome, then everything's okay, right? So yeah, winter is coming. But okay, Dendrain says, thank you, Peggy. I appreciate it. It's perfect. And on that note, I think I have to go. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell. So far, Lisa and I have kind of decided I'm probably going to do one of these every other week on Mondays. And since she fucked up because her job ended at 4:30 and she was still in the chat a minute ago. So one of the things that we said we were going to do, and I've got to try to remember, so this is for you guys to help me remember, what we did partway through the first one that I did was 2 weeks ago. This is only the second one I've done, right? Is that when you ask your question, you question, so I don't miss it. Ask your question. And if you don't mind other people piping in with because so many people in this community are looking for opportunities to practice, right? So if you don't mind other people doing the reading and putting their interpretations into the chat as well. So ask your question, and then okay for the chat or okay for everybody else to answer, or just at the end keep it all in the same block so that people, because see how Dendrain's question is up here? So it'll be question, what should I focus on in my career change? Okay for the group, or okay for the chat, or something like that. So that everybody in chat, if they're playing along at home, getting their own practice in, open to all, something like that. Because see, your guys' job is going to be, I'm going to make a note, but your guys' job is to remind me this. I didn't remember this until I was literally about to start the very last reading. So that way, because a bunch of people on the first one were saying, "Oh, this is great. I wish I'd have thought of this so I could practice." And it's like, well, we all can, right? Because when I'm doing the readings, when I'm busy with the reading, I'm not really watching the chat anyway. You guys can entertain each other any way you want. So, question: what should I focus on in my career change? Okay, what did you say? Okay for all, or yeah, open to all. And if it's not open to all, there's no judgment. But if it's open to all, then anybody in the chat who is looking for practice of their own can also do the reading and then give their interpretation as well. And we want to play with that and see how that goes. I'm expecting somebody to remember because I forgot. Sophie says, wait, you're expecting us to remember? Somebody needs to remember. Somebody's job is to remember. I need to remember. Hold on. Anyway, if anybody remembers, then I will make a note, and hopefully we will remember. And we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it doesn't go. I'm only pulling a maximum of 3 cards. Can we have that written in blood, please? Maybe. Your blood, but maybe. Anyway. Oh, I'm sorry, Ashley. I am just wrapping up and done now. I have to be done in like the next 5 minutes. So my dog is washing my arm, and he has bad breath, and I'm regretting putting my arm out. I didn't put it out to get washed. He just started helping himself. Oops. I'm being rewarded because I'm going to reward you now because I know you're going to take me outside in 30 seconds. Do you want to go outside? Yeah, you need to go potty? Yeah? Okay, let's go. I love dogs with keywords. He knows certain words. I got to go sneak off and wash my arm now. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. This was awesome. I'm going to close the chat now. I went on at 2 o'clock. I've been on for oh my God, I've been on for almost 3 hours. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun, got me through a quiet day. Now I've got to spend the rest of the evening getting some work done, but that's okay because that's fun too. Anyway. Yeah, I probably needed to show Bruno. Yeah, he's just over there. And he's a diabetic. Diabetic dogs have bad breath all the time. So it's like, thanks, buddy. Anyway. Okay, well, that camera decided to turn itself off again, so I'm just going to... Okay, my mic is muted, so I'm going to go now before I really fuck this up. So I'm going to get going. You guys have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with me. This was a lot of fun. I'll see you again in a couple of weeks. So far, we're saying every other week. We might start doing it every week. I don't know. I mean... I don't know if I have time to do this every single week because I still have the shop and stuff. But anyway, like, subscribe, ring the bell. You guys know the drill. If you haven't already, leave a comment below. Leave a comment below. Like, I mean, if you don't agree with, if you think I got something wrong, absolutely tell me because I would love to learn. I'm still, I'm forever new, but I'm always trying to learn something. Daily? Oh my God, daily. That would be bad. That people will get so sick of that so fast. Oh. If this were to get popular to the point where I'm doing like more than once every week or once every 2 weeks or something like that, I might even think about putting it on its own channel just so that I could do them more. But anyway, I'm going to get going. You guys get going. Have a great day. Take care. See you next time. Bye.